Hi, I'm a baseball.
Catch the spirit of the game. The Hastings Sidebusters.
Line drive, left field, base hit. 1 run scores. Here comes his 2nd run home, and the Sodbusters have the lead.
Us Hastings kids, we kind of have our own little crowd going on in the corner, so it's been a blast.
The 1-2 pitch on the way. Called strike 3, and the Sodbusters are out of trouble in the 7th.
I kind of get what's expected, and we're supposed to do it the right way, everything else, but at the end of the day, it is summer baseball, and we're here to improve every day, but also have a lot of fun.
Sodbuster Baseball.
Previously in the summer, I got to play with a kid from Japan, so that's a cool connection there. And it's just nice getting to know everybody and seeing what they like. Kind of maybe they show me something that I'll like and enjoy and take on for the rest of my life. You never know.
Swing and a miss. And the Hastings Sodbusters got one for the 3rd time in a row.
You got to make sure you have your composure and stay true to who you are up there. You got to be able to know what kind of baseball player you are, and you got to play to your strengths.
The Hastings Sidebusters.
Time to Win Tuesday has turned into Time to Win Thursday for the Hastings Sodbusters. They take on the Fremont Moo. Hey, Beef, it's what's for dinner. Maybe tonight's the night as the Sodbusters find a way to get in the win column. A lot of different guys in the lineup, a lot of different positions, different batting order, and hopefully the mojo will change and the Sodbusters can come out on top against the Fremont Moo. Hastings dropping a tough one yesterday on the road as they ended up falling by a score of 5-1, game which was kind of following similar script. Sodbusters too many mistakes, got a great starting pitching performance, but Fremont able to come out on top, and the Sodbusters will try again today for their first win of the year. A 3-run 8th inning really put it out of reach as the Sodbusters fell 5-1. Allowed only 6 hits in the game, but had only 5 while committing 3 errors. Hastings and Fremont once again. A little bit later on, we are going to hear from Ryan Valenta, and we'll also have a player profile. The interview today is with Matson. I'm Steve Stein, Sodbuster Baseball, and we will be bringing you an interview with the head coach, Joel Skipper. You're listening to and watching Sodbuster Baseball.
Are you tired of lousy internet and faceless customer service? It's time to experience local, honest, hassle-free, and exceptional. That's the Allo promise. We not only provide crazy fast fiber internet, crystal clear TV, and dependable phone service, but we choose to become a part of the communities we serve and love when everyone calls or stops by our store to say Allo. So don't settle for mediocre, settle for exceptional with Allo. Visit us at allofiber.com/local.
Blue Fork Kitchen features elevated comfort food in a family-friendly, fast casual environment. With a full menu, you can sit down for a nice meal or order online for pickup. From salads and wraps to burgers and steaks, Blue Fork Kitchen has your kind of food. Open Tuesday through Thursday, 11 to 9 p.m., and Friday and Saturday, 11 to 10 p.m., with a special brunch buffet Sunday from 9 to 2 p.m. Blue Fork Kitchen is located in the Cimarron Plaza, 38th and Osborne Drive in Hastings. Like them on Facebook.
We feature Sodbuster Baseball. Hastings getting set to go against Fremont, the finale of the 3-game split series. An opportunity to hear from Joel Skipper, a squad dropping a 5-1 decision yesterday. Take us through that game. What were the highlights for you in your mind against the Moo?
You know, I thought our pitching was pretty good. Braden Anderson gave us a really good start. Got us into the 6th inning. We just had a missed spot, which turned into a 3-run home run late, which hurt because I thought, we kind of had some momentum going to that 9th inning there. So defense played a little bit better, still had a couple errors here and there, and just kind of better approaches at the plate when we had runners in scoring position. So really looking to make those adjustments heading into tonight.
And you mentioned Braden Anderson. Here's a tough luck guy for you. Well, number one, he hasn't pitched at Duncan Field, and he's got a 2.35 ERA pitching in Fremont. So I'm excited. I'm sure Sodbuster fans are excited to see him pitch here at some point.
Yeah, very impressive. So he did a great job just getting ahead. I think first pitch strikes were super key for him. Does a really good job flipping in his slider and then has a really good changeup as well. So kept hitters off balance and just did a tremendous job and was pretty efficient all day.
How are the guys doing? I mean, I know you'd love to win every game, but keeping them focused mentally day to day. Yeah, it's summer ball, but you want to go out and win your share. How are they doing?
they're doing all right. I think just as a competitor, it's a little bit disappointing, especially probably having 4 or 5 games where we probably should have won. So yeah, those definitely stick with you a little bit longer than normal. But I think the guys are in pretty good spirits. It's a long summer. We got some good things going. Just got to put it all together.
And a little different looking lineup. Talk a bit about what the thought process was in putting this 9 on the field.
We're going to switch things up, get some guys in some different spots. We got Nolan Oliver playing shortstop tonight. We're going to move Marcos over to second base. So yeah, we're just going to kind of switch things up a little bit and see what happens. So Josh Printer's going to get in the lineup. I think he's been doing really well, kind of coming off a little bit of an arm injury. So we're going to throw him over at first and see what he can do. So pretty excited to see these guys perform tonight.
And Fred Juden getting a start on the mound. Talk about his pitch combo, what he brings to the mound.
Obviously, big presence up there, being 6'7", so it's coming down at you. Had a little bit of a tough time locating, in his first start. We kind of cleaned some stuff up in his bullpens leading up to tonight. So hopefully, I think if he gets ahead, he's going to be really dominant. It's when, he gets behind hitters and gets some fastball counts where he gets into a little bit of trouble. So really looking forward to seeing Big Fred on the mound tonight.
Joel Skipper, head coach for the Hastings Sodbusters, as we feature Sodbuster Baseball. Make your next pit stop at the Coach's Corner, a friendly staff and a deep lineup of snacks. You can find Coach's Corner in North Hastings on Osborne Drive East. More than just a gas station, Coach's Corner is the place to get delicious pizza made fresh for you and your family. Don't take our word for it. It's so good it'll be featured at selected Sodbuster home games this season. For a convenient and clean experience, be sure to check out the new convenience store in North Hastings, Coach's Corner.
Core CPAs is your locally owned, full-service accounting firm. Our team of professionals have years of accounting experience and focus on building in-depth relationships with our clients. Our comprehensive and customized solutions are tailored to your specific needs. We pride ourselves in our commitment to integrity, objectivity, and professionalism. At Core CPAs, we provide tax services, payroll, bookkeeping, assurance and financial reporting, and much more. Visit our website at corecpas.us.
Steve Stein with Ty Matson. He's started in the outfield for this Hastings Sodbuster squad. Ty, talk a little about your journey to becoming a Sodbuster. How did you become a Hastings Sodbuster?
I actually got the connection through my brother Trevor, who everyone knows as a Sodbuster. So he got me set up with this, and I'm really excited to be here.
Now, how much Sodbuster experience did you have the last couple of summers? Were you able to make a trip out and watch the brother play the last couple of summers?
Yeah, actually last year I came out with my parents when Trevor first came out here, and I was able to watch a couple games, and it got me excited for coming next year, which is this year.
Now, you're a California guy. Talk a little bit about growing up in California. Have you always lived out there?
Yeah, I've lived in California my whole life.
What's it been like, kind of learning the Nebraska culture? Was your first trip watching the brother coming out to this part of the nation?
Yeah, it was. It's honestly a pretty cool experience. It's just a different scenery that I actually really like, and I enjoy it out here a lot.
Opportunity here from Ty Matson. He is a regular in this lineup. They've batted you in the 3-hole. They've batted you to lead off. Talk a bit about your comfort level in terms of where you bat in the batting order.
Honestly, I'm just ready to go wherever they want to put me. I mean, in high school I batted lead off, so that's something where I'm very comfortable, but anywhere they put me, I'm ready to go.
Hit a one-hopper off the wall here at Duncan Field for a double. Talk a bit about playing in this park. It doesn't hit very many out, but an opportunity to get pretty close in one of your first hits as a Sodbuster.
That was pretty cool. I mean, just thinking about it, I already heard that's the Trevor Matson swing. Always gonna hear it because he put one out, so I gotta do one eventually, maybe soon.
But he was also a doubles guy. Were you a home run hitter in high school, or are you more of a gap guy?
No, I'm definitely more of a gap guy. I get a lot of singles, doubles, and I steal a lot of bases.
As far as the outfield spot, do you have a preference? Do you like center, left, right, or do you play any infield spots? It's always been outfield for you.
No, it's always been outfield. Personally, I like playing center field just because I have the most open range to go left and right.
Talking with Ty Matson, and you've already got your college plans in order. Tell us a bit about where you're going to play in college ball.
So I'll be going to Palomar Community College in San Marcos, California.
Tell us a bit about that college. What attracted you there?
They actually have a really good program that I've been really interested in, and I was able to get into contact with the coach, and he came out to a game or two, and they offered me to come out there and play for them. So yeah, I'm pretty excited about that.
Is it a 2-year school? Is that an opportunity to set the foundation for 2 years and then maybe go on to a 4-year school?
Oh, yes. Yeah, that's a 2 year, so I want to transfer out after 2 years.
So an opportunity, do they have quite a few guys who get a chance to go on to the Division I level, or where's a guy from Palomar Junior College usually end up?
Yeah, they have a lot of guys going to the D1 level. They got a guy going to Santa Barbara, TCU, Long Beach. There's a whole list of them, so I think the opportunity there is really good.
Talking with Ty Matson, how special is it to have a chance to get at-bats against potential D1 pitchers here before you even get to college? How much does this maybe set the table as you get set to go to college?
It's been great. That's one thing I was looking at when I was coming out here. I was like, 54 games, that's perfect before going into college season, and I'm really excited for all those ABs.
What about academics? Have you thought about that aspect of your life? What do you plan on majoring in? What do you see as the long-term goal at this point?
I want to major in business administration. There's a lot of wide variety of things to do than that, and that's what my brothers did, and also my dad.
Any business that intrigues you, that piques your interest as you hit college?
Not in particular. My dad's in the trash truck business, so maybe something with that.
Ty Matson, he is one of the leaders, very young in his career, just a high school grad, but has already shown his worth to the Hastings Sodbusters. He's our Sodbuster Spotlight. I'm Steve Stein.
Let's face it, we move our bodies around a lot. And sometimes things happen, a tweak, twist, pull, strain, ache, or pain. At Fisk Chiropractic and Sports Care, their goal is to restore your mobility, keep you moving, and ensure your rehabilitation is effective, efficient, and stress-free. Do you suffer from headaches and neck pain, lower back or sciatica? Call Fisk Chiropractic and Sports Care today. Start to discover wellness through chiropractic care. Fisk Chiropractic Sports Clinic.com. Start feeling better now.
Hastings College has reimagined everything. As a sophomore, you'll spend part of a semester studying abroad, and they'll cover the cost. Recognizing it's a digital world and how you learn, they'll give you an iPad Pro and Apple Pencil, tools that'll help you engage, whether you're on campus or in Paris, plus internship opportunities and professors who mentor you. Hastings even provides books. At Hastings College, you'll go somewhere. Go to hastings.edu/discover for more.
Welcome back to Duncan Field, the historic ballpark site of today's game between the Hastings Sodbusters and the Fremont Moo. It's Steve Stein alongside Ryan Valenta.
Seems like we've been saying that a lot this season, the Fremont Moo. We face off against Fremont for the 6th time. Did I count that right? That's going to be number 7. Just had the one other game. Oh, we get with
2, yeah, because we have 5. Because they played the Nebraska Prospects, they played Spearfish, so they played 5. This would be the 6th game. Is that what you said? Yeah.
Yes, 6th game here. So it's a team that we said opening day we're going to see a lot, but after today we won't see Fremont until the 3rd full week of June. So it'll be nice to get some other action here, but. As we were talking about, last night's game seemed like Sodbusters had a chance again. Here Tuesday, they came back against a pretty good pitching staff for the Moo, but last night, as we talked with Joel Skipper earlier, just a costly late inning mistake, just downed them at the last moment. But this is a Sodbuster team that's still getting its footing underneath it. 7 losses in a row, and of those 7 games, 5 or more runs allowed in all 7 games. So, and as we've been talking with Scott Galusha, the owner, too. Just Sodbusters still just trying to find that guy who can go out there and give them 6-7 innings of that 1 run or shutout ball. So, pitching staff's going to have to show up today, and that's going to be Fred Juden for the Sodbusters, making his 3rd start, and we look for him to have a bounce back start today.
And you mentioned it, looking for a guy to go out and give a solid start. They may have found it. I mean, Braden Anderson, who Sodbuster fans haven't seen here at home yet, really good again yesterday as he was the tough luck loser. Goes 5 innings, allows 1 unearned run on 2 hits, struck out 6, and walked only 2. He's got 14 strikeouts and just 2 walks in his 0-2 start with a 2.45 ERA. I mean, this is a team which has struggled hitting, and he's gotten virtually no run support his first 2 outings for the Hastings Sodbusters, so he is a start of the year really good on the mound. You hope he can just kind of keep doing what he's doing, and that eventually it'll pay off with a little bit of run support. So he gets the start, works his way through the 5th. It was just 1-0 with that 1 unearned run. It was a 2-0 game game. Then the Sodbusters scored 1 run in the 7th, so 1-run contest coming right down to the wire before a big 3-run 8th kind of eliminated the drama. And you mentioned the fact that all these close games, 3 1-run games, and they have 2 5-1 losses. And in those 2 5-1 losses, yesterday it was a 1-run game going into the 9th. The first game, the Sodbusters led 1-0 relatively late. That was the season opener. So yes, they're 0-7, but there have been very competitive games among those 7. Just have to find a way to put one in the W column, and maybe that will begin a streak the other way.
Yeah, and it's just combining offense and defense together. You want to get those in harmony. Only way to win a game is to have more runs than the other team, obviously. So you can have great pitching, allow 1 run, but no offense, and you lose 1-0. You have bad pitching and great offense, and you have a barn burner, and you may come up on the short end. So this is a team that offensively, average-wise, is just hitting around 217, which is actually not the worst in the league, or ahead of the Oahe Zap for average-wise, and also defensively-wise, it's the team that has made 22 errors in 7 games. Just stuff that has to be cleaned up, and Sodbusters still to go without an error-free game. So they'll have to tighten up their defense, and it's been a lot of tough luck errors, I think, for the Sodbusters, especially just some really hard hit balls just not going the fielders' ways, those sliding grabs that just weren't able to make the play there. So just little things to clean up for the Sodbuster defense, and once the defense will click, then they'll be in business.
Let's take a look at the starting lineups. First of all, for the Fremont Moo, Blake Tablazon will lead off. He's at second base today. Josh Blunt in center field. Henry Heyman, the left fielder, in batting third. Tyler Harrington plays first base and bats fourth. It's Timon Long, the catcher. He was the undoing of the Sodbusters yesterday. We'll tell you about that as our broadcast ensues. And it's Connor Peterson, the shortstop. Sammy Kontakis is the DH today. Tyler Hummel at third base, and Braden Sweet is the right fielder, with Landon Mueller making his first start for the Fremont Moo. For the Hastings Sodbusters, Grant Jones leads off. He's the designated hitter. Marcos Cabranes plays second base for the first time in a Sodbuster uniform. He bats second. Gage Frank is in right field and batting third. Ty Matson in left field and batting fourth. It's Josh Printer getting his first start at first base today for the Hastings Sodbusters. Zach Vital doing the catching and batting sixth. Nolan Oliver makes his first start at the shortstop position for the Hastings Sodbusters. He is in the 7-hole. Tyler Welsh, third base, batting eighth, and Lane Shires batting ninth. He's in center field. Fred Juden will get the start for the Hastings Sodbusters on the mound. Once again for Fremont, it's Tablazon, Blunt, Heyman, Harrington, Long, Peterson, Kontakis, Hummel, and Sweet, with Mueller pitching. And for the Sodbusters, Jones, Cabranes, Frank, Matson, Printer, Vital, Oliver, Welch, and Shires, with Fred Juden getting a start for the Hastings Sodbusters. This game by the numbers. Fremont coming in with a team batting average at .246. They've not torn it up from the plate overall this year, but their team ERA at 2.74. A very solid team on the mound, and they have had some outstanding starts for this Fremont Moo team against the Hastings Sodbusters. Sodbusters, as Ryan mentioned, 217 batting average. They dropped their batting average by 6 points yesterday with that tough offensive day after they had risen their batting average a little bit in the loss on Tuesday. Their team ERA at 5.31, and one of the difference in the offenses so far this year has been stolen bases. Fremont now 19 of 24 in steals. The Sodbusters are just 3 for 7. Part of that, you're playing from behind. You get a big deficit. Maybe you don't want to risk losing those base runners, but give Fremont credit. They are a very aggressive team, and it seems like they are ready to go when they get the folks on there. So we'll have to be aware of that. Sodbusters, in talking to Coach Scott Galusha, who's actually going to be down on the field today, they haven't done a really good job of holding runners on, and so that's one of the focuses when you play a team like the Fremont Moo.
Yeah, it's one thing that we've specifically noticed, holding runners on and just kind of giving those base runners those free passes and not giving any of the catchers the chance to throw those runner out. And specifically at second base, too, we're going to highlight Ben Swales for the Fremont team, who's had a lot of stolen bases here and just not able to hold those runners on at second base and sometimes giving them a free pass to third. That'll be key, limiting the running on the base passes.
We'll take it out of the field for our national anthem.
The national anthem is brought to you by One Great Nutrition and Bo Huffman, a Navy veteran.
He and his shop are the exclusive nutritional supplement providers for the 2023 Hastings Sodbusters. One Great Nutrition is located just down the street on the corner of A and Burlington. Open Monday through Saturday from 11 to 6 p.m. Stop in and see what they can do for you. Tonight, our anthem will be performed by Wyatt Kennedy.
Oh, say, can you see by the dawn's early light what so proudly we hailed at the twilight's last gleaming, whose broad stripes and bright stars through the perilous fight o'er the ramparts we watched were so gallantly streaming, and the rocket's red glare, the bombs bursting in air, gave proof through the night that our flag was still there. Oh, say does that star-spangled banner yet wave o'er the land of the free and the home of the brave?
Wyatt Kennedy with today's version of our national anthem. That was a pretty dadgum impressive voice. I would get into broadcasting if I had that kind of voice. He's pretty good.
Second that.
Yep, very, very good for Wyatt Kennedy. And like I say, Jason Frew just does an amazing job finding all these tremendous voices to sing the national anthem. Sodbusters on the field. Behind their right-hander Fred Juden. Doing the catching is Zach Vital. At first base is Josh Printer. The second baseman is Marcos Cabranes. At third, Tyler Welch. Shortstop today is Nolan Oliver. In left field, Ty Matson. The center fielder, Lane Shires. And the right fielder, Gage Frank. It's Fred Juden getting set to make the start today for the Hastings Sodbusters. Fred coming in 0-1. And he comes in with a 22.5 ER, making his third appearance. He's allowed 5 runs, 2 of those, and 2 hits, I should say, 3 strikeouts, and 6 walks. And you had a chance to talk to Fred and what he brings to the table in terms of his pitches.
Yeah, this is Fred's second start of the year, first since the second home game against Fremont. He only pitched 1 inning, went into the second inning, but walked the leadoff batter and was pulled after that. Just had some command issues. I talked to him before the game just to kind of see what he's all about and what he's throwing, and he just said that he just needed to clean it up a little bit. He said it's been a little bit since he had pitched since the spring season, so kind of just shaking the rust off and getting a little more comfortable on the mound. And from Fred Juden, we'll see a 4-seam, a curveball, and an occasional changeup from him. And you can see him on the mound, tallest guy on the team, 6'7", uses all of that frame to drive that downward movement and get that in there.
And you hope that he kind of has his spring-type numbers come back to him. He went 2-0 with a 2.57 ERA in the spring at Fayetteville, North Carolina Technical College, and he now is trying to get some experience here in the summer and get things turned around with his second start. Blake Tablazon steps in the left-handed box. It's the yellow versus the orange today as the Sodbusters take on the Fremont Moo in their orange jerseys with the purple numbers, and Tablazon coming in as he has a batting average of 208 on the season with triple, 4 RBIs, 4 runs scored, and 3 stolen bases. And takes this pitch. Count 1 ball and 1 strike on Blake Tablazon, righty versus lefty, and the pitch is swung on and missed. Nice off speed from Juden, and the count goes to 1 ball and 2 strikes on Tablazon. Tablazon hadn't gotten it going against Hastings yet. He is 1 for 11, did have that 1 hit yesterday and scored a run in the Fremont 5-1 victory. 1-2 pitch on the way. This one lofted in the air, short center field, long run for everybody, and this one is going to be dropped. A diving attempt made, tremendous try for Lane Shires, but he could not come up with it, and it's a leadoff single for Blake Tablazon here in inning number 1.
That's the wind taking care of that one right there. The Flags, probably the most blustery we've seen them all season at Duncan Field so far, really coming in from right field, kind of from right field to the left field dugout.
16 miles an hour and gusting. It's 81 degrees. Not a bad day to watch baseball at all. Leadoff single, and Josh Blunt will bat now for Fremont to take strike one. No balls and one strike. So poor luck for Fred Juden. Prompted a pop-up, just what you want here at Duncan Field, but the Sodbusters couldn't quite make the play. No balls and one strike here on Josh Blunt. And he takes ball one. 1 ball, 1 strike on Blunt, who is hitting .360 so far. Home run, 9 runs batted in against the Sodbusters, .333, 5 out of 15. Runner has a pretty decent lead. Pitch just off the inside part of the plate. Goes to 2 balls and a strike. As our home plate umpire Joe Cassidy, Jason Seitz is in the field today here for this Sodbuster matchup against the Fremont Moo. It'll be Casper in town for the weekend, Friday, Saturday, and Sunday. Throw to first, and not in time. A good throw gets him. Tablazon may have been going. He took about 3 more steps, but a one-hop throw over and a really good stop for Josh Printer, and could not apply the tag in time.
Seen a lot of balls get away from the first baseman this year, so yeah, good job by Printer just to knock it down.
Another throw over, and this time a little less aggressive play for Tablazon, although he does just have that big hop, and if you catch him hopping the wrong way, you have a chance to pick him off, and they nearly got him. 2-1 the count with Josh Blunt batting. We're early on, and the pitch taken upstairs. 3-1 on Blunt. With Tablazon at first getting a bloop single, and when you're struggling anyway, those kind of hits are going to fall against you, and you just hope that Fred can bear down and keep the run off the board. 3-1 pitch misses, and now there's first and second and nobody out for the Fremont Moo, and that's one of the deals the last few games. It's been tough for Hastings to even get a lead. It seems like they're 2 or 3 runs down before the game is really even rolling.
Yeah, the guy at first, Blunt, there, he's now has 15 of 45 team walks for Fremont, and that's a guy who obviously just has excellent plate discipline.
Here's Henry Heyman, right-handed hitter, the first righty in the lineup. Righty versus righty matchup, and the pitch is way out of the zone, high to Henry Heyman. Heyman still limited at bats. He's 3 for 7 this year. Just joined the team for the Tuesday matchup against the Sodbusters. He went 3 for 4 with a RBI and a run scored. 0 for 3 yesterday and scored a run. Pitch is taken for a ball. Throw back to first base is not in time. Sodbusters actually had Printer playing off the line. He was able to come up and make the catch, but no chance to tag out Josh Blunt as the Sodbusters trying to steal one on the bases there with Zach Vitale making the throw. 1 ball, 1 strike, nobody out. First and second, Fremont threatens here in the first. 0-0. Here's the pitch. A little bit high. As 2-1 the count. He worked in front of Tablazon and prompted a weak pop fly, but the Sodbusters couldn't make the defensive play, and now he's worked behind the last 2 hitters. As the pitch is fouled back, 2 balls and 2 strikes now on Henry Heyman with Tyler Harrington waiting on deck. Fremont Moo coming into today with a record of 6 wins and 2 losses. They're right behind the Badlands Big Sticks in the Independence League standings at 7-1. 2-2, and the pitch. Take it upstairs, 3-2. Be interesting to see with the aggressive nature of Fremont. 3-2, do you trust Heyman enough? They may send the runners right here. Thinking guy's not going to strike out. Runners do not go, and it's a ball 4 anyway. Whew. Single, walk, and not the kind of beginning you were hoping for the Hastings Sodbusters, as we'll see Tyler Harrington come to the plate for the Moo. So the Fremont Moo with a big threat early here. Tyler Harrington, another of the newcomers, just started his Fremont Moo experience Tuesday, and he went 1 for 3 with a triple and an RBI. Had a multi-hit game yesterday, 2 for 4. Knocked in a run, scored 1, and also stole the base. First inning, Fremont, bases loaded. There's nobody out. A single and 2 walks, and the first pitch for Harrington is outside for ball 1. 1 ball and no strikes. Fred Juden trying to battle his way through the first, and how differently might this first inning have unfolded if the Sodbusters could have made that diving grab from Shires. Put a little comfort in Fred Juden's step. Does blow this one by Harrington. 1 ball and 1 strike. 0-0, but Fremont with a huge threat. Pitch just misses. 2 balls and a strike on Tyler Harrington. Tablazon, Blunt, and Heyman all have reached. Harrington trying to come up with a big hit early to put the Moo on top. 2-1 delivery. Popped up. That is in foul territory. Can somebody make a play? Yes. Sodbusters get it done there as Tyler Welsh comes on. Sunglasses down, and that is a large first out here in inning number 1. You'll take that one, and now Timon Long will step to the plate for the Fremont Moo. Long hitting .259, a home run, 2 doubles, 4 RBIs, 8 runs scored. His home run coming yesterday as he had his first 4 RBIs of the summer season, knocking in 4 of the 5 Fremont runs in that 5-1 win. Pitch taken upstairs. Long ahead in the count, 1 ball and no strikes. And Juden continues to work behind the batters for the most part here in inning number 1. Sodbusters will have their first baseman in on the grass area of the artificial turf. Pitch swung on and missed. Third baseman even with the bag here in this opening frame. Count 1 ball and 1 strike. Sodbusters and Fremont scoreless, but Fremont loads the bases with nobody out. Now there's 1 out as Juden still working out of the stretch with the bases loaded and throws this pitch a little bit high and outside. 2-1 the count on Timon Long.
There's the curveball there. Juden had been mostly sticking to fastballs, just that one missed. So if you're the hitter there, you can maybe eliminate that curveball.
Here's the pitch. Swung on and missed. And the count will go to 2 balls and 2 strikes now on Timon Long. Connor Peterson waiting on deck. Sodbusters, how about an atom ball? Little 4-6-3 double play to end this threat with no damage done. Juden shakes off one side. Now brings it home. Lofted high in the air, left field. It'll hang up in the wind. Should be deep enough to score the run, though. As Matson makes the catch, he will throw into third to make sure there's no further advancement. It's a sac fly for Timon Long as he continues his RBI run with his 5th in 2 games. And now it is 1-0 Fremont on top, but there's 2 outs for Connor Peterson.
A fly ball to left field there. That's, if you're the Sodbusters, probably the best thing you can ask for. Made the catch. Yeah, the run scored, but you still have now runners at first and second as they do not advance, and now you have a force at any base with 2 outs.
As Midland University product, Connor Peterson steps in and takes strike 1, no balls and 1 strike. I'd say it'd be a win if you get out of this with just 1 run allowed for the Hastings Sodbusters when Fremont was bases loaded and nobody out. 0-1 delivery on the way. It's popped foul, out of play. It goes to no balls and 2 strikes on Connor Peterson, as Peterson played yesterday and picked up the save. 2 1/3 innings, allowing no runs on 2 hits, struck out 2. His first appearance on the mound, and now he's making his first plate appearance here for the Moo. 0-2 pitch. Swing and a miss, and a nice bounce back for Fred Juden, who survives this first inning with only 1 run allowed. 1 run on 1 hit, 2 men left. Way to the bottom half of inning number 1. It's Fremont 1, Hastings coming up. This is Sodbuster Baseball. Sodbuster Baseball is sponsored by Jerry Spady Chevrolet GMC. It's one of the many ways Jerry and Greg Spady, along with their families and employees, have proudly embraced a passion for giving back to the community. The folks at Jerry Spady Chevrolet GMC realize the importance of enriching and improving the lives of their neighbors. They've accomplished this through philanthropy and active personal involvement. Featuring the top new and used inventory in the region and a certified service department, Jerry Spady Chevrolet GMC, 2750 Osborne Drive East in Hastings, or at Spady.com.
Hi, I'm a baseball umpire. My job can get pretty stressful. I have to keep my eyes open at all times, and if I don't make the right call, people boo me. So to relax, I visit a Nebraska lottery retailer like this one and buy some scratch tickets. It always calms me down. Hey, you cut in line.
I did not.
All right, you're out of here.
Hey, he didn't cut.
All right, you're out of here. I feel better already.
The Nebraska Lottery. Top prize odds vary by game.
At the bottom half of inning number 1, the Hastings Sodbusters trail at 1-0, and it will be Fremont in the field now as Landon Bueller makes his first start. Doing the catching for him is Timon Long, and the first baseman is Tyler Harrington. At second base, it's Blake Tablazon. The third baseman is Tyler Hummel. Shortstop, Connor Peterson. The outfield left to right, Henry Heyman, Josh Blunt, and Braden Sweet, as the Fremont Moo will be facing Grant Jones Marcos Cabranes and Gage Frank. Correction is Jason Seitz, the home plate umpire today, and Joe Cassidy is working the field here at Duncan. 367 down the right field line, 370 down the left field line, 405 to the alleys, 408 to straightaway center. Playing bigger today as a wind upwards of 20 miles an hour blowing in from right center field. Temperatures in the lower 80s, still pretty darn good for day for baseball on the first day of June here in the Independence League.
Yeah, Sodbusters will face Landon Mueller. Get our first chance to look at him. Pitched for Southeast Community College Storm in the spring. Stayed busy, 15 appearances, 28 innings pitched. Made a couple starts, the 2-1 record. Did pick up a couple of saves as well for the Storm. 28 walks, 30 strikeouts, and an ERA of 3.21. So pretty good for a reliever. You know, you don't usually get an inning of work or so. Looks like he got a couple of multi-inning works and kind of be used all around and be another weapon for Fremont. Likely can be used as a starter like today or out of the pen if necessary.
And he is a Fremont High guy, so a chance to stay at home in the summer and play ball for the local Fremont Moo. It'll be Grant Jones to try to start things for the Hastings Sodbusters, off to a 182 starts. All of his performances so far against the Fremont Moo, 1 for 9, as he did have a 1 for 2 performance in his most recent outing as the pitch is taken outside on the outside corner, I should say, for strike 1. No balls, 1 strike on Grant Jones. Out of Seminole State, he's from Little Rock, played and went to Little Rock Baptist High School with his brother Nick, who's a part of the team and has the day off. Pitch outside, 1 ball and 1 strike on Grant Jones. Sodbusters trailing at 1-0. Fremont played a first inning run on a single, couple of walks and a sac fly. Beauty on the off-speeder right there, and it's 1 ball and 2 strikes on Grant Jones. Blake Tablazon scored the run, Timon Long with this RBI. 1 ball and 2 strikes, and the pitch. Jones takes it in the dirt, 2-2 now on Jones. Grant Jones, pretty good spring for the Seminole State Raiders. 315, 27 RBIs, 32 runs scored. He stole 7 bags. 2-2 pitch is outside. And Jones, the leader on this Sodbuster squad, with 2 stolen bases. 2 of the 3 stolen bases for Hastings. Fremont has 19. 3-2 pitch on the way. Bouncing ball, foul. Jones spoils that one. Just what you like from your leadoff guy. He'll get another crack at it against Landon Mueller. 3-2, nobody out. Bottom of the first. Fremont leads at 1-0 as they score 1 run on 1 hit. Mueller brings the pitch home, and a bouncing ball back up the middle. Could be trouble. It's going to be run down by the second baseman. Throw to first, no chance. Great range for Blake Tablazon to even get there, and made a pretty strong throw, but Grant Jones has a single, and he's aboard for the Hastings Sodbusters.
Just what you like out of your leadoff guy, getting on and sending it right back where it came from, softly enough where no middle infielder is able to make a legitimate play on it. Good to see Grant get on.
Here's Marcos Cabranes, 9 for 27, 333 for the year. He's also 333 against Fremont, 6 out of 18, and had a 4-hit game for the Sodbusters the last time they were here, but did not have that kind of success on the road as the pitch is fouled away. No balls and 1 strike as Marcos went 0 for 4 yesterday. Sodbusters dropped that game 5-1. Here on Tuesday was a 6-5 game that came right down to the wires. Hastings rallied late, but fell by a run. No balls, 1 strike, and the pitch. And it's popped up by Cabranes into center field. Fading back a few steps is the left-handed outfielder Josh Blunt. And there's 1 on and 1 out, unable to advance the runners, so Jones stays at first, and Gage Frank will try to move him along. Gage Frank, one of the early fan favorites here. He has been rock solid as he 9 out of 27 for a 333 average. A few multi-hit games, including a 2-hit game on Tuesday, and he takes the pitch for ball 1 ball and no strikes on Gage Frank out of Des Moines Area Community College. The Bears went 31-25 in the spring, and he knocked in 41 and had 8 home runs for that squad. 1-0 pitch on the way. Hard hit ball, but right at the second baseman. Tablazon, the second for one. Throw to first. Wild throw. And Gage Frank, no chance for advancement. He hit it right on the button, but he'll reach on a fielder's choice grounder. Jones erased. 4-6. Tablazon looked like a pretty good deal to Connor Peterson, and Peterson unleashed a wild throw, but it does not cost the Fremont Moo, and there's runner at first with 2 outs. Now, and Ty Matson comes to the plate.
Good play by Tablazon at second. That was a short hop there. Didn't really get in front of it, but came up with the play for a nice second out.
We really liked him at the shortstop position, watching him play against the Hastings Sodbusters earlier this year. As a swing and a miss from Ty Matson. No balls and 1 strike for the Californian. Just graduating from high school and pretty much an everyday player since he arrived here in Hastings. Pitch taken inside, 1 ball and 1 strike. Potential business major in college. He'll begin that college adventure at Palomar JC in California. The Comets had a really good spring. How about 34-8 for that team? 1 ball, 1 strike, 2 outs. Sodbusters trailed 1-0 here in the first. Runner goes. Pitch is bunted foul as the Sodbusters trying to manufacture some offense. Find a way to get one on the board. And when it's team batting average below 220, hey, why not try to lay one down? Fremont seems to play its third baseman fairly deep, including Tyler Hummel here tonight. So see if you can get a 2-out single, especially with Jones in motion. Maybe he can go first to third on the play, but that's academic now as it's 1-2 as we redo things on the foul ball. Here's the pitch. Hit hard, but right at the shortstop. Throws to second for the easy play. Hard hit balls, but nothing to show for it. Connor Peterson over to Tablazon to retire Frank, and that will do it for Hastings as they have no runs on 1 hit and 1 man left. We head to the second inning. Fremont 1, Hastings 0, and this is Sodbuster Baseball.
Hastings Sodbusters Baseball's in full swing, bringing you another fun-filled summer of high-level collegiate woodbat baseball at historic Duncan Field. A great way to spend a summer evening with your families at a Sodbusters baseball game. Go online to HastingsSodbusters.com for their home game schedule or to purchase tickets. Hastings Sodbusters Baseball. It's a hit.
Got the spirit of the game. The Hastings Sodbusters.
There's nothing like relaxing on a summer day. Nothing like taking in a Hastings Sodbuster baseball game. And there's nothing like an ice-cold Pepsi to make the day perfect. Pepsi Cola of Hastings wants to make your nothing like be the best day it can be, whatever the occasion. Enjoy your favorite refreshing Pepsi product throughout the Sodbuster season and make your nothing like memories. Pepsi Cola of Hastings, a proud sponsor of Hastings Sodbuster Baseball.
It is Sodbuster Baseball as we head to the second. Fremont with an early 1-0 lead. They get that bloop single as Tablazon nearly had it stolen away from him by a great diving attempt for Lane Shires. He couldn't bring it in. Then back-to-back walks. So the bases loaded and nobody out. And Fremont eventually getting a sacrifice fly from Timon Long. That's where we stand 1-0 as it will be Sammy Kentuckis to bat now for the Fremont Moo. Kentuckis in the 7 spot, the designated hitter today, does some catching for this Fremont Moo squad. And the first pitch from Fred Juden is inside for a ball, 1 ball and no strikes on Kentuckis. Juden laboring through 27 pitches in inning number 1. 1-0 delivery taken upstairs, 2-0 the count on Sammy Kentuckis. Kentuckis coming in at 150, 3 runs batted in. He scored 3 times, 2 for 13 against Hastings so far in the 5 matchups. Pitch is popped up on the right side of the infield. Cabranes has it measured and makes the play. There's 1 out in inning number 2. So a good 2-0 pitch. Kentuckis looking for something to drive, but got under it. And there's 1 out in the second. Fremont on top 1-0. Here comes Tyler Hummel. Hummel out of Nolensville, Tennessee, the Colorado Mines recruit. And Hummel coming in at 143. He's knocked in a run and scored 3 times and takes ball 1. 1 ball and no strikes. So Juden working behind both hitters he's faced so far here in the second. 1-0 Fremont on top. Pitch way high, 2-0. The count on the 8-hole hitter, Tyler Hummel. Hummel 3 for 16 against Hastings. I mean, some guys have hit it pretty well, but not a great team batting average for Fremont against Hastings, but they found a way to win every game, and they have gotten outstanding starting pitching for the most part. 2 balls and a strike to count now on Tyler Hummel, as this pitch is just a little bit low, and it's 3-1 on Hummel, the third baseman for the Fremont Moo. 1-0, Fremont on top in inning number 2. Here's the pitch. Right across for a strike, 3-2, full up now on Tyler Hummel. Hummel played here on Tuesday. He had yesterday off, went 1 for 5 with a run batted in that 5-1 victory. Pitch taken upstairs, and Hummel able to work a 1-out walk, 1 on, 1 out for Braden Sweet, the number 9 hitter for the Fremont Moo.
Third walk for Juden so far, and a lot of these misses have been not very close to the strike zone. You know, you can get away with missing just outside of the strike zone and getting some swing and misses, but all those other ones are we call non-competitive pitches, and pitches that you're not expected to get a swing on ever.
Here's Braden Sweet, lofts this one down the left field line. Foul. Thank you very much, wind. The wind blowing from right center field, and probably extra bases if that stays fair. Instead, it's no balls and a strike on Braden Sweet. Sweet batting in the 9th spot, Millard South product. Iowa Western Community College, off to a 2-14 start. He's 3 for 14 against Hastings here this season. Already the 6th meeting between these two teams. 0-1 pitch on the way. Inside, 1 ball and 1 strike. 1 on, 1 out, 1-0. Fremont on top in the top half of inning number 2. Sodbusters play at home again tomorrow, and hallelujah, it's not Fremont. Casper comes to town. 3-game series with the Casper Spuds. Bouncing ball foul. Count goes to 1 ball and 2 strikes on Braden Sweet. Not that that's any gift. Casper playing pretty well in the early going. They're 3-2, but it's just nice to see some different competition, and the Spuds making a long road trip, so maybe that's the recipe to get a road-weary team in town and find a way to get a victory to open the weekend. Runner goes. Pitch taken high for a ball. Throw down to second base. Not in time, as pitch late coming over on the second base side was the shortstop covering Nolan Oliver, but no chance to make the tag against Tyler Hummel, who swipes the bag, and it's now 2 balls and 2 strikes on Braden Sweet. So Hummel in scoring position with his first stolen base of the year and the 20th of the season for Fremont. Runner at second. Pitch called strike 3. Braden Sweet couldn't pull the trigger as he goes down, and there's 2 outs, 1 on for the top of the order, Blake Tablazon. So Fred, a chance to get out of this with no damage done, as Tablazon had that little bloop single to center field as Lane Shires laid out and couldn't come up with it. He would come around to score the first run. Tablazon takes high for a ball, 1 ball and no strikes on Blake Tablazon for the Fremont Moo, picking up just his 2nd hit against the Sodbusters in 12 at-bats. Pitch is taken upstairs for a ball, 2 balls and no strikes, but back-to-back games in which he's had a hit against Hastings, as he was able to go 1 for 4 yesterday, scored a run. Fremont won that contest by a count of 5-1. 2 balls, no strikes, 2 outs, 1-0 Fremont on top, and that pitch just above the zone. It's now 3-0 on Tablazon, as we have seen Juden work behind virtually every batter in this inning, trying to find a way to work in front. Man, it's a little different ball game when you're 0-1, 0-2 compared to 2-0. 3-0 pitch across for strike 1, 3-1 the count. As Fred Juden just threw his 44th pitch, and less than half of them, 20, are strikes. Not gonna keep you in the game very long if you have that ratio. But a chance to get out of this with no damage done. He'll break contact and send that runner back to second base in the person of Tyler Hummel. Hummel walked and stole second. 3-1 the count, 2 outs. Second inning with Fremont on top, 1-0. Swing and a miss, 3-2. Good comeback now. Can Juden finish the deal against Blake Tablazon and put a 0 on the board for Hastings?
Come on, fans. 2 strikes, 2 outs. Let me hear.
It's a split season here in the Independence League. They'll be erasing the records after June 25th. 3-2 pitch on the way. And bounces in there for ball 4. So Tablazon works the 2nd walk of the inning, and already the 4th free pass for Fred Juden. And you're just playing with fire, but still find a way to get out of this and keep it 1-0. You would really be happy as a Hastings Sodbuster fan.
Yeah, I really wanted to get Tablazon out there. Not the greatest average, and Josh Blunt here has the average. 360, tied for the team lead in hits and also the team lead in walks, so he's bound to get on base if you let him.
That's right across for strike one. Blunt walked his first time up and was stranded at second base. Tablazon scored the run. Timon Long knocked him home with a sac fly in the first. We're now in the second inning, 1-0. Runners at first and second as Fred Juden brings home the pitch. Outside for a ball, 1 strike on Josh Blunt. An Iowa Central Community College. The Tritons went 46-11, a National Junior College Athletic Association Division II team. A really good year. 1-1 delivery. Pitch taken upstairs. Count goes to 2 balls and a strike on Blunt. Henry Heyman hoping for a chance in the on-deck circle for the Fremont Moo. Fred Juden laboring through this second inning, hasn't allowed a run yet. 2-1 pitch. Lofted high in the air, right center field. Shires a couple of steps to his left and handles that one. And after all of that, no damage done. No runs, no hits, 2 men left. We're at the bottom half of the second inning. It's Fremont 1, Hastings nothing, and this is Soundbuster Baseball.
Are you tired of lousy internet and faceless customer service? It's time to experience local, honest, hassle-free, and exceptional. That's the Allo promise. We not only provide crazy fast fiber internet, crystal clear TV, and dependable phone service, but we choose to become a part of the communities we serve and love when everyone calls or stops by our store to say Allo. So don't settle for mediocre, settle for exceptional with Allo. Visit us at allofiber.com/local.
Blue Fork Kitchen features elevated comfort food in a family-friendly, fast casual environment. With a full menu, you can sit down for a nice meal or order online for pickup. From salads and wraps to burgers and steaks, Blue Fork Kitchen has your kind of food. Open Tuesday through Thursday, 11 to 9 p.m., and Friday and Saturday, 11 to 10 p.m., with a special brunch buffet Sunday from 9 to 2 p.m. Blue Fork Kitchen is located in the Cimarron Plaza, 38th and Osborne Drive in Hastings. Like them on Facebook.
Out of the bottom half of inning number 2, it's Steve Stein, Ryan Valenta running the controls today, Noah Pagel and Connor Christensen as we feature Sodbuster Baseball. Hastings on the short end of a 1-0 score, and it is going to be Printer, Vital, and Oliver to try to find the measure of Landon Mueller. Mueller giving up a hit, but no more. Sodbusters' couple of fielder's choice grounders after a flyout. They got a leadoff single, unable to advance that runner. Meanwhile, Fremont taking advantage of a single and a couple of walks to get a sacrifice fly for a 1-0 lead. Here comes Josh Printer into the right-handed box. He'll be looking for his first Sodbuster hit. 0 for 1 in a pinch hit roll on Tuesday. He did go 1 for 4 yesterday, so 1 for 5 in the early going for Josh Printer. Just a guy who has joined the team as of late and getting a start at first base here today for the Hastings Sodbusters. Here's the pitch, and first pitch swinging, pops it up. As first baseman, second baseman converge, and it'll be Blake Tablazon taking over the play. And if I'm the first baseman, I'll let Blake take about everything I can because he is pretty swift with the glove over there, and he handles that with no problem. 1 out, nobody on for Zach Vital.
Tablazon definitely started class on how to make fielding look easy, 101. Very smooth in all the games we've seen him here.
See what he did after he caught it? Gloved it over to his first baseman. Didn't even take it out of his, didn't even use the throwing hand. His pitch taken for a strike. No balls, 1 strike on Zach Vital. Even a routine pop-up he made look cool. As Zach Vital, catcher for this Hastings Sodbuster squad. Speaking of catcher, Vital doing the catching. He's also a middle infielder. And Sodbuster has have a couple of those guys in that combo. Bouncing ball, left side. Third baseman's got it. Throw in time. Well played there for Tyler Hummel. Had to kind of catch it between hops and 2 quick outs for the Sodbusters on a pop-up and a ground out. And Nolan Oliver, hopefully, maybe takes a couple of practice swings in and out of the box to just give his right-hander, Fred Juden, a little bit of break. Fred seemingly just gets to the dugout. He may have to go right back out there. So far, so good for Landon Mueller. 2 up, 2 down here in the second. 1-0 Fremont on top. Squaring to bunt and pulling the bat back and taking ball 1 is Nolan Oliver. We've seen Oliver in the outfield getting his first start today at the shortstop position for the Hastings Sodbusters and still looking for his first hit of the year. His last outing, he played Monday against the Nebraska Prospects, went 0 for 4 in that contest, did score a run. And takes the pitch. It's 1-1 on Nolan Oliver for the Hastings Sodbusters. 0 for 11 coming into this one. Sodbusters have a lot of guys who haven't had very many hits here in this start. Curveball, woo, that just misses, and Fremont fans go, oh, as they have some folks in attendance here. 2-1 the count on Nolan Oliver. 2 outs, nobody on, 1-0. Fremont on top here in the home half of the second. And a half-hearted swing, and way out in front of that one was Nolan Oliver. 2 balls and 2 strikes on Nolan, the utility player from Highland Community College. He's a Bentonville, Arkansas guy, getting some summer at-bats here for the Hastings Sodbusters. And Mueller with a 2-2 pitch. Beauty. Curveball catches the outside corner. The bottom fell out of that one. And the Sodbusters gone quietly here in inning number 2. 1-2-3 go the Sodbusters. We head to the third. It's Fremont 1, Hastings nothing, and this is Sodbuster Baseball. Make your next pit stop at the Coach's Corner. A friendly staff and a deep lineup of snacks. You can find Coach's Corner in North Hastings on Osborne Drive East. More than just a gas station, Coach's Corner is the place to get delicious pizza made fresh for you and your family. Don't take our word for it. It's so good it'll be featured at selected Sodbuster home games this season. For a convenient and clean experience, be sure to check out the new convenience store in North Hastings, Coach's Corner.
Core CPAs is your locally owned, full-service accounting firm. Our team of professionals have years of accounting experience and focus on building in-depth relationships with our clients. Our comprehensive and customized solutions are tailored to your specific needs. We pride ourselves in our commitment to integrity, objectivity, and professionalism. At Core CPAs, we provide tax services, payroll, bookkeeping, assurance and financial reporting, and much more. Visit our website at corecpas.us.
Welcome back to Duncan Field as we head to the third inning. Fremont on top 1-0, and here is Ryan Valenta.
Fremont, as we've seen them so often in the early season, putting on runs early. Singular run today on just the benefit of 1 hit. But already 4 walks for Fred Juden, who's back on the mound as corner infielders give him some knucks to start the inning off. Henry Heyman, 3-hole hitter, will lead off for the Fremont Moo. Heyman, one of those 4 walks today. Juden misses high, and it's been the MO today for Juden. Just missed high and not close with a lot of those balls. Ground ball to the left side. Backing up is Welsh. Takes it and spins, and just off the mark. And going to second is Heyman. Backing up as a catcher. The throw. Got him! Great throw by Zach Vitale, the catcher. As a catcher should be backing up first base, and with the hose throwing it down to second base, and Heyman is retired, trying to advance to second base.
That's why it's cool to have a middle infielder playing the catcher spot. Here's a guy, number one, the speed to get down to pick up that throw, and then he was able to make the athletic throw over to get the out. So the Sodbusters charged with an error, but they get the out, and there's 1 out.
And ball 1 to Tyler Harrington. Just about to say, we'll see how they score that. Probably a fielding error on Welsh at third base. But here to save the day is Zach Vitale. So runner reaches, runner retired. 1 out in the third inning. Juden falls behind 2-0. Fly ball to left center field. Coming on is Matson, shielding the sun, and makes the grab for out number 2.
So 2 quick outs, 5-2-6 on that last put out for the Hastings Sodbusters, as they do give up the error but get the out anyway. And now, chance for Fred Juden to get off the field, facing the minimum here in the third.
He'll have to go through Timon Long for the Moo in the first inning. Drove in the game's lone run on a sac fly to left field. First pitch swinging. Foul ball behind the plate. 0-1 to Long. Coming into the game with 7 hits, 4 runs batted in, and 8 runs scored. 0-1 misses the outside corner for ball 1. According to our flight scope, a little high too. Juden ready to go. Long taking his time getting in the box. From the stretch, Juden. Ball 2. That one a little bit lower, but just a little farther off the plate. Don't change much. That's what you'd hear from a coach there. Did he go? And he did. Appeal down to the first base umpire. Long unable to check his swing. And the count goes to 2-2 with 2 outs. Juden a strike away. The pitch. Bounced up there, not close for ball 3. So Juden with 2 walks in the first, 2 walks in the second. Trying to avoid another one here. 3-2 is too low for ball 4. The long will reach on the free pass, 5th of the day from Fred Juden. And there is 1 on with 2 outs for Fremont. And here is Connor Peterson.
And the ball-strike ratio is still not pretty for Fred Juden. He's thrown 61 pitches, 28 of them strikes, but if he can find a way to get the 3rd out, still very much a part of the game, trailing just 1-0.
Connor Peterson in his 2nd game, 1st game in the field for the Moo. Breaking ball misses. That one was high. Juden trying to get out of this inning. 2 consecutive zeros. Pitch is inside for ball 2. Peterson struck out swinging to end the threat in the 1st inning, where Fremont left 2 on base. 2-0. That pitch is in there for a strike. So 2-1 the counts. I mentioned yesterday, Peterson with the save on the pitching end, but making his batting debut, foul down the left field side. Fremont only using 2 pitchers yesterday. Luke Anderson went 6 2/3, got the win, and Peterson with 2 1/3 innings of scoreless relief, getting the strikeout and dealing the Sodbusters their 7th loss by a score of 5-1. Pickoff throw to first is bounced there again. And the couple throws to first, Juden has bounced a couple of those and maybe not the most comfortable throwing over to first there. That's something to watch out for if you're the Fremont dugout. Popped up behind the plate. Vital and Printer will not have a play. Just hits the screen right above the Fremont dugout. And probably just about a foot or 2 away from a foul out, ending that inning there.
The wind giveth and the wind taketh away. We saw that wind push a potential extra base hit foul earlier. That time the wind making it unplayable for the Sodbusters to pick up a 3rd out here in the 3rd.
We'll try again. Deuces wild for Juden. Peterson ready. The pitch. Swing and a miss. Peterson retired for the 2nd time on strikes. Juden takes something off on the 69-mile-per-hour curveball, and he records his 3rd strikeout of the afternoon. No runs, batter left, and no hits for Fremont. They lead 1-0. Bottom of the 3rd coming up on Sodbuster Baseball.
Let's face it, we move our bodies around a lot. And sometimes things happen. A tweak, twist, pull, strain, ache, or pain. At Fisk Chiropractic and Sports Care, their goal is to restore your mobility, keep you moving, and ensure your rehabilitation is effective, efficient, and stress-free. Do you suffer from headaches and neck pain, lower back or sciatica? Call Fisk Chiropractic and Sports Care today. Start to discover wellness through chiropractic care. Fisk Chiropractic Sports Clinic.com. Start feeling better now.
Hastings College has reimagined everything. As a sophomore, you'll spend part of a semester studying abroad, and they'll cover the cost. Recognizing it's a digital world and how you learn, they'll give you an iPad Pro and Apple Pencil, tools that'll help you engage, whether you're on campus or in Paris, plus internship opportunities and professors who mentor you. Hastings even provides books. At Hastings College, you'll go somewhere. Go to hastings.edu/discover for more.
We go to the bottom of the 3rd. Fremont up 1-0 over the Sodbusters here at Duncan Field. And Hastings will bring up 8, 9, and 1 in the names of Tyler Welsh, Lane Shires, and Grant Jones to the plates. Thanks for spending your Thursday evening with us at Duncan Field. This is Ryan Valento with Steve Stein on the headset with you this evening, bringing you game number 8 of the Sodbuster 2023 season. And they will face Landon Mueller, who's out there for his third inning of work. Pretty good so far. Just 1 hit, no runs, and a strikeout for the Moo right-hander. As we mentioned, Mueller making his Moo debut today. Pitched for the Southeast Community College Storm in the spring as primarily a reliever, now a converted starter here in the summer. Here's Tyler Welsh. First pitch swinging and fouled. Welsh just in his second game as a sodbuster. We saw him game 2 for the Sodbusters as he went 0 for 2 with 2 walks. So 4 plate appearances, there's 2 official at-bats. Still looking for his first hit in a Hastings uniform. It's a fly ball down the right field line. Should get out of play, and does. Giving chase was Harrington, the first baseman, but ran out of sloped grass over there. Something that we've talked about this season. If you're not familiar with Duncan Field, the elevation is slightly sloped downwards toward the fence in the first base foul line, possibly giving some fielders trouble. Welsh down 0-2. Pitch from Mueller is low and away for ball 1. The flag's really whipping out along the outfield wall and center field from right to left field. 1-2. Tried the breaking ball inside, but miss. Welsh seen a couple of pitches now. He's back in the count, even 2-2. Pitch is strike 3 on the outside corner. Fastball froze Welsh as he can't pull the trigger, and he is struck out. Second strikeout for Landon Mueller. And that brings Lane Shires to the plate, 9-hole hitter. Sodbusters only with 1 hit to their credit so far. We'll turn to Shires, playing center field today to break that streak. Now 1 out. Shires takes a ball that bounced up there.
And 7 in a row retired by Mueller has done really good, and the only hit he gave up was that infield single back up the middle from the leadoff man, Grant Jones.
Shires awaits the 1-0. Swing in and pop up on the infield. And Harrington coming from first makes the catch just in fair territory, as he had to come a long way from first base and almost to where the catcher was playing long. Makes the grab for out number 2. And we'll go to the top of the Sodbuster lineup in Grant Jones.
Not much hard contact from the bottom of the order. Remember, Jones had the single, and then a couple other guys really had rockets off the bats. We'll see if they get to this part in the order and maybe can turn those into hits this time.
Talked with Joel Skipper throughout the season, and he said a big thing to look out for is hitting the ball in the air too much, and perhaps Sodbusters trying to change their approach, just hitting something softer on the ground. But the ropes of the line drives have been what's getting it done at Duncan Field so far. Now with the lefty Jones up, center fielder Blunt is playing on the left side of second base on your screen and has a ginormous gap out in right center field towards that 405 sign if he can put a ball that way. Jones ahead 2-1. Breaking ball misses high for ball 3. So now Jones in a hitter's count with 2 outs. As Blunt in center field moves back to his left. 3-1. Inside for ball 4. So Jones is on with a 2-out walk, and that is the second time he's reached in that many at-bats. Brings out Marcos Cabranes with 2 outs.
Gotta love that from your leadoff man, as Grant Jones, good approach both times, working the count a little bit. He got that infield single back up the middle the last time, and working the count there to earn the walk.
Cabranes at the plates. Flew out to center his first time up. Jones is on the move. Pitch is bounced in there, and there will be no throw to second base. So Jones stealing on first pitch, and he swipes that for his third stolen base of the year.
Great to see them kind of take a page out of the Moo book. Fremont very aggressive on the bases since the Sodbusters have been playing them, and they a lot of times will just go first motion, and that's what the Sodbusters did this time. And now, chance to steal a run here. Somebody step up and get a big 2-out hit, and this is just the guy to do that, Marcos Cabranes.
Cabranes hitless yesterday, but on Tuesday had a 4-for-5 game. Seems like he likes hitting at Duncan Field so far. 1-0 to Cabranes. Breaking ball misses.
Pretty good. Do it again.
Pretty good pitch. Not called a strike. There's the next pitch. Is bounced in there. Long knocks it down, but Jones is able to get to third. Heads up base running by Grant Jones, who takes third on the wild pitch, and Long behind the plate, not able to keep it close enough to even make a throw. And after a 2-out walk, now the tying run just 90 feet away. Pitch is called strike for strike 2. The count is 2-2. Here's the pitch. Fly ball popped up, short left field. Peterson going out and making the catch to the left fielder, Henry Heyman, in the sun for out number 3. Sodbusters with a good chance, leave a man on third as they are retired in the third inning. We've played 3 complete. Fremont leads 1-0. Fourth inning and more coming up right after this.
Sodbuster Baseball is sponsored by Jerry Spady Chevrolet GMC. It's one of the many ways Jerry and Greg Spady, along with their families and employees, have proudly embraced a passion for giving back to the community. The folks at Jerry Spady Chevrolet GMC realize the importance of enriching and improving the lives of their neighbors. They've accomplished this through philanthropy and active personal involvement. Featuring the top new and used inventory in the region and a certified service department, Jerry Spady Chevrolet GMC, 2750 Osborne Drive East in Hastings, or at spady.com.
Hi, I'm a baseball umpire. My job can get pretty stressful. I have to keep my eyes open at all times, and if I don't make the right call, people boo me. So to relax, I visit a Nebraska lottery retailer like this one and buy some scratch tickets. It always calms me down. Hey, you cut in line.
I did not.
All right, you're out of here.
Hey, he didn't cut.
All right, you're out of here. I feel better already.
The Nebraska Lottery. Top prize odds vary by game.
To the best of our ability. We believe the cars we offer are the highest.
Top of the fourth inning, Fremont holds a 1-0 advantage over the Sodbusters. Fred Juden for the Sodbusters back out on the mound. Good to see Juden with a relatively easy third inning. Had a first batter reach, but was retired on a bad decision by Henry Heyman to try and take second base. So Sammy Kentakis, 7, 8, and 9 due up for the Sodbusters. The Moo, rather, takes a strike. Kentakis, the Sodbuster beer batter of the day. Down 1 strike. Popped out the shortstop, second base rather, his last time up. Takes ball 1.
You mentioned the decision for Heyman. I think about 90% of the people would have made that decision, but they didn't know Zach Vitale was hustling down the line to make an amazing throw.
Breaking ball's in there for strike 2. 68 miles per hour and a beauty. Drops right in there. Juden ahead, 1-2. Pitch just too high for ball 2. Went to the fastball that time. Count now 2-2. Kentakis awaits and strikes out. With the fastball upstairs, Kentakis chases, and the fans will rise from their seats and head to the nearest beverage stand for a nice little treat. Happy Thursday, Hastings.
Little discount beer for the beer batters striking out. And I like the way Fred Juden's kind of settled in. I mean, he hasn't been perfect, but has kept his team in it.
It's what we wondered. Juden only pitching 2 innings so far this season. Now has 3 complete so far, and pretty darn good. A little hiccup in the first inning, but like you said, Steve, very stayed composed and now dealing very well. To the left side, Oliver over. Long throw is just a little too late, as Oliver had to go a country mile to his right to even flag that one down, and Hummel able to beat out that for an infield single. 1 on with 1 out for the Moo, as they turn it over to their 9-hole hitter, Braden Sweet.
Number 34, Braden Sweet.
Sweet was caught looking in the second inning and takes ball 1 up high, 1-0.
One of the reasons Juden's been able to hang in there, it's only his second hit allowed. Remember, the other hit was that blooper to center field. Yeah, he's walked some guys, but they have not really gotten solid contact against him.
Runner on the move and a foul ball.
That foul ball is
Good jump there by Hummel, but Sweet for the second time hits a foul ball with the runner in motion.
That's really lucky for the Sodbusters because Hummel had that base stolen big time.
Yeah. Longer look over this time, not going. Curveball's in there for strike 2. The 1-2 to Sweet. Juden allowed to face 6 batters in the first, but is not. It's gone down by at least 1 every time. 6 in the first, 5 in the second, 4 in the third. Now with the double play, could strike first, or you'll take the strikeout too. As Juden with his second strikeout of the inning, 3rd and 4 batters. And yeah, he's really got it going now.
Now you're going to see Zach Vital with either a pick play or a throw out of the caught stealing to face just 3 batters this inning.
All right, let's see it. We like trends here in the broadcast booth. So let's get one for the fans here. First pitch to Blake Tablazon is down low for ball 1. Fremont now with their 3rd time through the batting order. Something they've been able to do a lot against the Sodbusters, turn over their lineup. Ground ball to the right side. Cabranes over, on a couple hops over to first, and in time for out number 3. So the 1-out single does not come around to score, is left stranded at first base. And that is 4 consecutive zeros hung, 3 consecutive zeros hung by the Sodbuster defense. They come up to bat looking to tie it here in the 4th on Sodbuster Baseball.
Hastings Sodbusters baseball's in full swing, bringing you another fun-filled summer of high-level collegiate woodbat baseball at historic Duncan Field. A great way to spend a summer evening with your families at a Sodbusters baseball game. Go online to HastingsSodbusters.com for their home game schedule or to purchase tickets. Hastings Sodbusters baseball. It's a hit.
Got the spirit of the game. The Hastings Sodbusters.
There's nothing like relaxing on a summer day. Nothing like taking in a Hastings Sodbuster baseball game. And there's nothing like an ice-cold Pepsi to make the day perfect. Pepsi Cola of Hastings wants to make your nothing like be the best day it can be, whatever the occasion. Enjoy your favorite refreshing Pepsi product throughout the Sodbuster season and make your nothing like memories. Pepsi Cola of Hastings, a proud sponsor of Hastings Sodbuster Baseball.
Perfect game.
Bottom of the 4th inning, Hastings coming to bat against Fremont. Pretty good outing for Landon Mueller so far. 1 hit, a leadoff hit, and a walk. Only base runners that Mueller has allowed so far. A couple of fielder's choices mixed in there too. Sodbuster sent up Gage Frank to start things off.
White Castle Roofing prides itself on doing things the right way. We value relationships, especially with our customers.
Frank tied for the team lead in hits on this early season. Mueller will work out of the stretch with no men on, and Frank takes curveball inside for ball 1. 1-0 to Gage Frank. That pitch is on the inside half for a called strike. Frank on the day. Grounded into a fielder's choice, but reached. And was left stranded to end the first inning. Curveball's up high for ball 2. Two-one to Gage Frank. His ball 3 downstairs. Just 44 pitches for Landon Mueller so far through his 3+ innings of work. On the other end, Fred Juden for the Sodbusters, 81 pitches. Rather efficient for Mueller so far. 1-1 is grounded foul to the left side for strike 2.
But if you'd have told me that Fred's still in the game after 4 innings, the way he started, and really through the first couple, I mean, he walks at least 2 the first 2 innings to put 3 straight zeros on the board. You got to be encouraged with his courage today.
Absolutely. We saw first the 3-2 pitch is cracked to left center field. On his horse is Heyman, and he runs it down in left field for out number 1.
And if that's in Fremont, that may be out of here. But the wind blowing in and Duncan Field, it's a semi-lazy ball to left, even though it felt very well struck from Gage Frank.
A lot of backspin to those fly balls, and the wind is just hanging them up there for the fielders to run them down even easier. First pitch to Ty Matson is outside for ball 1. And to finish my thought about Fred Juden, we only saw him complete 1+ inning in his start last week and had wild command issues, and I don't know, we thought maybe this could be more of the same. Will he be able to go out for a second? Is Skipper going to have to go into his bullpen early again? But Juden responded very nicely, just allowing the 1 run in the first inning. Fouled off to the right side. Count goes to 2-1 for Ty Matson. Our pregame spotlight feature. Matson and Caden Cusella, a couple of high school seniors, making their college summer ball debut. And Matson, with a very good eye, takes ball 3 downstairs. Matson can get on, he can run. Put a little pressure on the Fremont defense. 3-1 is nowhere close for ball 4. So 1-out walk as Mueller allows his second free pass of the evening.
Be interesting to see if they test time and long right away. I mean, the last time Grant Jones took off on first movement, and will Landon Mueller pay a little more attention to Ty Matson than he did to Jones back in the 3rd?
Matson on the bases. Still looking for his first stolen base. Has been caught stealing twice. So 0 for 2 on the season, not going. Ground ball back up the middle. Coming in as Peterson steps on the bag for 1 on to first for a double play. And that is a 6-3 double play to end the Sodbuster inning. So after the 1-out walk, Mueller ends up facing the minimum as the Sodbusters go down 3 up and 3 down. We go to the top of the 5th inning. We trail by 1 run. This is Sodbuster Baseball.
Are you tired of lousy internet and faceless customer service? It's time to experience local, honest, hassle-free, and exceptional. That's the Allo promise. We not only provide crazy fast fiber internet, crystal clear TV, and dependable phone service, but we choose to become a part of the communities we serve and love when everyone calls or stops by our store to say Allo. So don't settle for mediocre, settle for exceptional with Allo. Visit us at allofiber.com/local.
Blue Fork Kitchen features elevated comfort food in a family-friendly, fast casual environment. With a full menu, you can sit down for a nice meal or order online for pickup. From salads and wraps to burgers and steaks, Blue Fork Kitchen has your kind of food. Open Tuesday through Thursday, 11 to 9 p.m., and Friday and Saturday, 11 to 10 p.m., with a special brunch buffet Sunday from 9 to 2 p.m. Blue Fork Kitchen is located in the Cimarron Plaza, 38th and Osborne Drive in Hastings. Like them on Facebook.
Top of the 5th inning, as Sodbusters will send Fred Juden back out to the plate with trailing by a score of 1-0.
And Fred Juden going to be throwing his 82nd pitch of the day. One thing about it, yes, he struggled with his control early, but it didn't look like it ever affected him. His demeanor out there, it didn't look like he was showing any emotion, whether he was throwing a ball or a strike, and that's one of the reasons he's still in there in the 5th. That and good defense behind him, and he made some big pitches in pressure situations. Still very much a part of this game for the Hastings Sodbusters as he faces 2, 3, and 4. Throws it upstairs to Josh Blunt. Now his pitch count, the strikes to balls ratio is still not good. Basically 50-50 at this point in terms of the percentage. He is just over 80 pitches thrown and just over 40 pitches strikes. Here's a little blooper down the left field line into foul territory and a grab for Ty Matson. Good hustle for the Californian. He's able to chase that down, and there's one large out here in the 5th as the 3 and 4 hitters will be up for Fremont.
I've said it once, but got to say it again. That's a country mile that Matson's running out there. Thought maybe Welsh could get to it at third base, but he didn't really pick that up well. So good thing Matson with the wheels is able to track that one down. Big first out.
As stepping out here is Henry Heyman. He'll make Fred Juden reset. And Fred, one of those guys that does not work out of the wind. He's always out of the stretch, regardless of whether there are men on or not. And he throws a first pitch ball, 1 ball and no strikes. He's gotten away most of the night, being 1-0, 2-0. A lot of times that really gets you in trouble, but Fred's come back to get some outs when he has not had the counts in his favor. Pitch is fouled away, 1 ball and 1 strike. Heyman walked back in the 1st, reached on an error in the 3rd. We're now in the 5th of a 1-0 game. Fremont getting their leadoff man aboard in the 1st on a bloop single. That guy would score the lone run. Here's a solidly struck ball, but right at the shortstop as Nolan Oliver comes up throwing, and there are 2 quick outs for Henry Heyman here in the Fremont here in the 5th as Henry Heyman grounds out.
And you couldn't see it at home, but right before that pitch, Scott Galusha, our owner, who's in the dugout, was pointing at Oliver, pointing to his right, saying, hey, move over a couple steps to your right. And where did he hit it? Right where he told him to be. Scott knows something.
Yep.
I'm going to have to ask him about that after the game. How do you know that?
Great vision for Scott, who was asked to be in the dugout by the head coach Joel Skipper today as the pitch is taken outside for ball 1, 1 ball and no strikes. Tyler Harrington. Sodbusters are an assistant short. They're still waiting for their pitching coach to arrive. He is expected to be in town before long. Vinny Cerrone's that guy. Here's a bouncing ball back up the middle. Cabranes with an amazing stop behind second base. It's an infield single, but not for a lack of effort. The second baseman was 2 or 3 steps on the shortstop side, Marcos Cabranes, but Tyler Harrington has himself an infield single. But yeah, Scott Galusha, they wanted an extra set of eyes down there, and that's one of the reasons. Maybe you're setting your defense. I mean, you've got the head coach, Joel Skipper, and his assistant coach, Corey Caranda, but they asked Scott to be down there, and that's kind of cool for him because he loves being down in the dugout, just loves every part of baseball, but that's really a home for him, away from home, if you will. And the pitch is taken for a ball, 1 ball and no strikes on Timon Long. Sacrifice fly to bring home the lone run of the game, his 5th RBI in 2 games for this Fremont squad. Then he walked his last time up in the 3rd. We're in the 5th inning now. Bouncing ball left side, base hits. With the beat runners at 1st and 2nd. Good effort for the Hastings Sodbuster 3rd baseman, Tyler Welch, but no chance at that one. And so an infield single and a solid single. And now for Fred Juden, bear down, had 2 up and 2 down. Don't want to see Fremont steal one here, leading it 1-0 in the 5th.
This is a guy that, if you're Fred Juden, if you believe in trends, this is the guy you want to see. You've gotten Peterson swinging twice.
Connor Peterson stands in the right-handed box. 2 on, 2 out. Runner from second goes. Here's the throw down to third. Not going to be in time, and you give all the credit in the world there to Tyler Harrington. He stole that one on Fred Juden, who paid him no attention. He took off. Now the runner at first didn't follow him, so Harrington with a stolen base of third. So runners the corners now, and 1-0 the count on Connor Peterson. So Fred needing to focus even more now. Don't want to see a wild one, and that also puts the heat on Zach Vital, the catcher. Pitch just off the inside corner, and the count goes to 2 balls and no strikes on Peterson, with Sammy Kentakis hoping to get a chance here for Fremont. Top of the 5th, 1-0 Moo on top. 1 run on 4 hits. Pitch right across for strike. 2-1 the count on Connor Peterson. They had a hit back in inning number 1. And Fremont scoring their lone run during that frame. 2-1 pitch on the way. Outside for ball 3, and now a bad one loads the bases for Fremont after they had started with a fly out and a ground out. Harrington with the infield single. Long with a single into left. And 3-1 pitch. Ball 4, throw back to second. Didn't matter because he walked. And now he takes off for second, but he walked, so that shouldn't matter. There will be runners at every base now. Sodbusters thought they had the 3rd out, but it was ball 4.
Well, I think what they're complaining about there, that pitch was very much in the strike zone, and it looked like it was a bluff by the home plate umpire. Kind of raised his hand out almost to call strike and then decided not to. And you could see Vital turn around kind of asking the home plate umpire, like, where was that pitch? So I think that's what they were on him about. They thought they had called strike 3 and maybe try to get a double play with the runner sneaking off second, but no such luck.
And so now the bases are loaded. There's 2 men out, top of the 5th, and there is a visit to the mound. Joel Skipper coming out to talk with his right-hander, Fred Juden, and the entire infield. Like I said, been a different format here. A lot of times Fred seemingly been in trouble from the beginning of the inning. The first man was aboard each of the first 3 innings, and Juden allowing only 1 run out of all that. He got the first 2 up and 2 down here, but now Fremont trying to come up with a big 2-out rally. Sammy Kentakis is 0 for 2 on the day. The runner at first base is Connor Peterson. Timon Long at second. Tyler Harrington at third. Here's the pitch. Beauty curve ball right across for strike 1. No balls, 1 strike on Kentakis, who struck out his last time up. Top of the 5th, 1-0 Fremont on top of the Sodbusters. 0-1 delivery on the way. Blew it right by him. Quickly 2 strikes on the beer batter today, so discount beer if he goes down on strikes like he did in the 4th. He also popped up to the second baseman. If you're a Sodbuster fan, yeah, you want the alcohol, but I'd take a 3rd out anyway right here just to find a way to keep it 1-0. This is a huge at-bat in this game. 0-2 delivery. Just misses. Vital had taken 3 steps toward the dugout. Sodbusters are hoping for that. Now Vital is going to go ahead and walk the pitch out. He's going to need to maintain his composure back there as well. You're not going to make friends with the umpire if you take 3 steps toward the dugout, whether it was a strike or not. You may not get the next one. 1 ball and 2 strikes. Fred Juden trying to work his way out of difficulty here in the 5th. 1-2 delivery. Foul ball back into the seats, and good job of spoiling that one from Sammy Kentakis. 1-2 the count. Kentakis, Western Illinois University, is home school. 1-2 pitch, taking high. It's 2-2 now, and you really want to get him here. Don't want to go to 3-2 with the bases loaded. 2 balls, 2 strikes, 2 outs, top of the 5th. Fremont on top, 1-0, looking for more. Sodbusters hoping to hang another 0 right here. Fred Juden high for ball 3, and now the runners will be in motion. A gapper could score 3. A walk would bring home a run. This is an important pitch in this game for Fred Juden. Fred comes set. 3-2 delivery on the way. Ball 4. So an unfortunate continuation of the inning. It began innocently enough, but now infield single, back-to-back walks. This one brings home a run. Sammy Kentakis will get the walk, and Fred Juden's day will be done as he could not get through the 5th. The pitching change will be made as Joel Skipper comes to the mound. It's 2-0 Fremont, and this is Sodbuster Baseball. Make your next pit stop at the Coach's Corner. A friendly staff and a deep lineup of snacks. You can find Coach's Corner in North Hastings on Osborne Drive East. More than just a gas station, Coach's Corner is the place to get delicious pizza made fresh for you and your family. Don't take our word for it. It's so good it'll be featured at selected Sodbuster home games this season. For a convenient and clean experience, be sure to check out the new convenience store in North Hastings. Coach's Corner.
Core CPAs is your locally owned, full-service accounting firm. Our team of professionals have years of accounting experience and focus on building in-depth relationships with our clients. Our comprehensive and customized solutions are tailored to your specific needs. We pride ourselves in our commitment to integrity, objectivity, and professionalism. At Core CPAs, we provide tax services, payroll, bookkeeping, assurance and financial reporting, and much more. Visit our website at corecpas.us.
We head to, or I should say we continue the top of the fifth inning. Fremont with a run on the board, and the Sodbusters have gone to the bullpen. Connor Cholet will come in. He is a freshman out of the College of San Mateo Bulldogs. He's out of Highland Ranch, Colorado, and he is making his second appearance on Tuesday. Pitched against Fremont, made his Sodbuster debut and was really good. No runs on no hits, struck out 3 and walked 2, and he comes in a mess. Bases loaded, 2 outs, 1 run home. It began innocently enough, a fly out, a ground out, but an infield single, a solid single, and then back-to-back walks for Fred Juden, who completes his day with 102 pitches thrown, about half of them strikes, and working his way into the fifth, and I thought sure he was going to complete the fifth, Ryan, but just couldn't quite find that third out, and now Sodbusters really need to minimize here.
It's what you always think, you always hope for. Get the first 2 outs, easy enough. Maybe a 2-out single, maybe a couple, but just didn't go his way. Sodbusters thought they had a couple of strikes that weren't called, but in that case, you just got to bear down and not leave it up to the umpire and just make a better pitch next time at some point. But
and I give Fred a lot of credit because, some of the fielders were walking off a couple of different times. The catcher started to run up. Fred pretty well stayed in the moment, and you didn't see him get upset. If he thought those were strikes, you couldn't tell it, and you love that from a demeanor standpoint in terms of whether you're ahead 5-0 or down 5-0. You want to keep that same composure, and I thought Fred, from here anyway, seemed to keep his composure during that span. Well, if the last batter was big, this is larger now as you try to get out of this with just 1 run allowed. Tyler Hummel will step to the plate, the number 8 hitter, a walk and an infield single his first 2 times up. And he comes in with a big opportunity. Bases loaded and 2 men out. Cholet brings it home, and the pitch swung on and missed. No balls and 1 strike on Tyler Hummel. Our apologies to Connor Cholet, as we were misinformed about his pronunciation, but Ryan visited him before game time, so we will try to be right from now on. Cholet will bring home the 0-1 pitch, and it misses for ball 1, 1 ball and 1 strike. Although the way he pitched the other day, I may stick with Scholes because, we'll see how today goes. If he just has the same kind of performance, we'll keep it Cholet. 1 ball and 1 strike, a very good Sodbuster debut on Tuesday. Good pitch, high, tight, and swung on and missed as Hummel never had a chance at that one. 1 ball and 2 strikes on Hummel as Cholet trying to get out of this with only the 1 run allowed and trying to get that big third out and get the Sodbusters opportunity coming up at the bottom of the 5th. Cholet, the Coloradan, out of the stretch, brings home the 1-2 pitch. Swing and a miss, and that is Mr. Connor Cholet with a large first out in his column. Out of all of that, Fremont plates 1 run. 1 run on 2 hits. They leave him loaded, and as we head to the bottom of the 5th inning, it's 2-0 Fremont. This is Sodbuster Baseball.
Let's face it, we move our bodies around a lot, and sometimes things happen. A tweak, twist, pull, strain, ache, or pain. At Fisk Chiropractic and Sports Care, their goal is to restore your mobility, keep you moving, and ensure your rehabilitation is effective, efficient, and stress-free. Do you suffer from headaches and neck pain, lower back or sciatica? Call Fisk Chiropractic and Sports Care today. Start to discover wellness through chiropractic care. Fisk Chiropractic Sports Clinic.com. Start feeling better now.
Hastings College has reimagined everything. As a sophomore, you'll spend part of a semester studying abroad, and they'll cover the cost. Recognizing it's a digital world and how you learn, they'll give you an iPad Pro and Apple Pencil, tools that'll help you engage, whether you're on campus or in Paris, plus internship opportunities and professors who mentor you. Hastings even provides books. At Hastings College, you'll go somewhere. Go to hastings.edu/discover for more.
This is Sodbuster Baseball as we head to the bottom half of inning number 5. Sodbusters trying to break through, trailing at 2-0 now. Vital, Oliver, and Welsh are bat against Landon Mueller, who has been settling in nicely. He did give up a one-out walk in the fourth. That was erased on a double play. And that walk, first guy to reach since the third inning when Grant Jones walked, but still only one hit allowed. That was Jones back in the first inning. Sodbusters trying to break through with Zach Vitale, grounded out to third his first time up. But Landon Mueller's thrown only 51 pitches through the first 4 innings. You saw Fred Juden not complete the fifth as he threw 102 pitches. Connor Cholet, a nice job coming in and striking out the only man he faced to keep this a 2-0 game and keep that inning to just 1 run. As still waiting the first pitch of this bottom of the fifth, we'll let you know that you can come out and watch Sodbuster baseball in person if you're in the Hastings area. This is the first of a 4-game homestand. Tomorrow, Saturday, and Sunday, it will be the Casper Spuds in town for the first time this year. 6:35 each night here at Duncan Field. So no Fremont here for a couple of weeks, and that's fine. You get enough of the Moo here in the first couple of weeks of the year. It's logical for the Sodbusters to play Fremont just a couple hours away. Now here comes Zach Vitale, catcher for the Hastings Sodbusters, stands in the right-handed box. 2-0 Moo on top. Wind blowing in from right center field today at Duncan Field. Pitch taken upstairs, 1 ball and no strikes on Zach Vitale. Fremont Moo defensively with Timon Long doing the catching at first base. That's Tyler Harrington. As the 1-0 delivery is on the way. Inside and it hit him. So Zach Vitale aboard for the first time today. He is hit by a pitch, and the first hit batsman from Landon Mueller. Nolan Oliver, Tyler Welsh, Lane Shires now scheduled to bat in this inning. For Oliver, he struck out looking his first time up. One of the 2 strikeout victims. While Landon Mueller has also walked 2 and hits his first man. Here's the pitch. It is bunted, popped up. No chance, though, for the catcher who shed the mask, and Timon Long couldn't get there. No balls and 1 strike. So Sodbusters playing small ball, down by 2 here in the fifth, and Oliver will get another chance. When you're struggling at the plate, asked to do the little things. Oliver's not had a hit yet this year, and so see if he could get a bunt down successfully as Landon Mueller set to go for the 0-1 pitch, squaring once again, and this is a beauty off the bat of Oliver. Going to be picked up by the pitcher, throw to first in time, sacrifice completed. Nice job there for Nolan Oliver. Unsuccessful on the first try. 1-3 on the putout. Vitale in scoring position now with 1 out. That will bring to the plate Tyler Welsh. Welsh struck out his first time up, so the 2 strikeouts in the game for Landon Mueller coming in back-to-back fashion wrapped around the second and third inning break. As Mueller working out of the stretch, a check of Vitale back at second, and brings home the pitch. A little bit low for ball 1. 1 ball and no strikes the count on Tyler Welsh, with Lane Shires up next. 2-0 Fremont on top. 2 runs, 4 hits for the Moo. No runs, 1 hit, 1 error for the Hastings Sodbusters. That error did not cost them as they actually got an out on that same play. Here's the 1-0 pitch. High fly ball, left field, center fielder ranging over. Those 2 guys will get together. It will be the left fielder making the play, and Vitale will retreat. Another one of those Sodbuster fly ball outs that you just hate to see here at Duncan Field. So Welch gave it a ride, but into the left field gap, and no problem for Henry Heyman. Josh Blunt, I thought was going to call him off, but Heyman took control of the play, and after the Sodbusters get the hit by pitch, they get the sacrifice, but now a flyout. Lane Shires, number 9 hitter, going to try to bring him home. 2-0 the score. We're in the bottom half of inning number 5. Here's the pitch. Inside for ball 1. 1 ball and no strikes on Lane Shires. A bunt certainly isn't out of the question. We saw Lane lay down an infield single bunt on Tuesday as part of a 1-for-2 day and pinch hit roll. So runner in scoring position. 2 outs. The pitch. Shires takes it inside. 2-0 the count on Lane here in inning number 5. 2 runs, 4 hits for Fremont. No runs, 1 hit for the Hastings Sodbusters. So a hit by pitch for Zach Vitale. He was sacrificed into scoring position on the sac bunt from Nolan Oliver. And the pitch is low for ball 3. 3 balls and no strikes. So after the Oliver sacrifice, saw a fly out to left off the bat of Tyler Welch. Now 2 outs and a 3-0 count. Likely a take sign for Lane Shires. Want to turn the order over here. 3-0 pitch, right across for strike, 3-1 on Shires. So Vital reaching. Now he's in scoring position, but there are 2 men out. Sodbusters trying to get that run back after Fremont scored in the top of the frame. Landon Mueller trying to hang another 0. 3-1 pitch, ball 4. Lane Shires works a 5-pitch walk. He is now on. Zach Vital is at second base, and here comes Grant Jones, who has not been retired today, and there will be a visit to the mound, as we'll see Fremont's Connor McGonigal head out and have a visit here in inning number 5.
And as you said, Steve, you know, it's so tempting as a hitter. You want to be the guy, you want to get the big hit, but just turning it over to the top of the lineup, who's been the most productive part of the lineup for you this whole season, just being able to have that discipline to take the walk and being able to just help your team keep that line moving is an incredible task for some people.
And Grant Jones, a guy who had 27 RBIs in the spring at Seminole State, with an RBI chance here, but again, he doesn't have to do too much. As you've seen Landon Mueller struggle a little bit with control. He has now walked his third. He has hit one. Does have a couple of strikeouts in the game, but the Sodbusters trying to come back after Fremont played at a run with 2 outs in the top of the inning. Sodbusters looking for a 2-out rally right here. First and second, and Mueller brings it home. Jones, first pitch swinging. It's back up the middle. The shortstop's got it, steps on the bag, and that'll do it, and that's disappointing. It's Connor Peterson able to keep his focus. He'll get Lane Shires on the force out at second base. As Grant Jones grounds into the fielder's choice, and we head to inning number 6. It's Fremont 2, Hastings nothing, and this is Sodbuster Baseball. Sodbuster Baseball is sponsored by Jerry Spady Chevrolet GMC. It's one of the many ways Jerry and Greg Spady, along with their families and employees, have proudly embraced a passion for giving back to the community. The folks at Jerry Spady Chevrolet GMC realize the importance of enriching and improving the lives of their neighbors. They've accomplished this through philanthropy and active personal involvement. Featuring the top new and used inventory in the region and a certified service department, Jerry Spady Chevrolet GMC, 2750 Osborne Drive East in Hastings, or at Spady.
Hi, I'm a baseball umpire. My job can get pretty stressful. I have to keep my eyes open at all times, and if I don't make the right call, people boo me. So to relax, I visit a Nebraska lottery retailer like this one and buy some scratch tickets. It always calms me down. Hey, you cut in line.
I did not.
All right, you're out of here.
Hey, he didn't cut.
All right, you're out of here. I feel better already.
The Nebraska Lottery. Top prize odds vary by game.
We head to the 6th inning. The Hastings Sodbusters, some work to do, as we will see Connor Cholet out for his first full inning of work. It's Fremont 2, Hastings nothing, and once again, here's Ryan.
Thanks, Steve. Scott, we miss you at the booth today. You've had a hot hand recently, scored a couple runs for us being in the booth, so we'll see if that can change after this inning. Cholet came on in the 5th inning to put out a bases-loaded fire and was able to strike out the one man he was assigned to, Tyler Hummel. So, encouraging sign for him, and Cholet been good so far in his 2nd outing. He will have 9-1-2 to face for Fremont in the terms of Braden Sweet, Blake Tablazon, and Josh Blunt. Fremont with 2 runs on their 4 hits, no errors. Sodbusters still with the leadoff single to open the game and hitless since. So here's Sweets, strikeout victim twice, slashes a foul ball down the left field line. As we mentioned, Cholet into pitch, and his predecessor, Fred Juden, going 4 2/3, allowing just the 2 runs and 4 hits. And with 101 pitches and only making it through 4 2/3, you'd have to figure just by those numbers alone, the damage would be a lot worse. Not the case. Juden only allowing just the 2 runs, keeping Hastings very much in this game. 3rd pitch is just outside for ball 2. 2-1 to Sweet. Sweet playing in his 5th game. Takes ball 3. Omaha native. A Reaver at Iowa Western Community College. A couple of guys on our roster from Iowa Western. Perhaps some familiar faces here in Hastings. 2-1 to Sweets. Same pitch is outside for ball 4. So leadoff walk for Fremont. And they will send their top of the order up to bat again.
Number 2, Blake Tablazon.
Sodbusters been decent at retiring the first man of the inning, just the first and third, now the 6th inning. So about every other inning, Sodbusters have allowed the leadoff man on. First pitch to Tablazon is outside for ball 1. Seen a very different Fremont lineup that we've seen in the past. No Hunter Palmer, no Ben Swales. Getting their days off. Pick off the first is late. Well, the shadows at Duncan Field fully covering the infield now. That pitch is fouled back. Kind of a weird little sunspot in between the mound and home plate. And if you've ever been in the batter's box, it can almost look like a pitch is 2 different balls. The ball starts dark out of the pitcher's hand and lights up and on the way to home plate and then vanishes again. Pick off, throw to first is late again. Affects other hitters more than others. Certainly case-by-case basis. Third pickoff throw to first, and they are really keeping a close eye on Braden Sweet, who has not stolen a base yet this year for the Moo. Sodbusters think he might try here. Not going. Pitch is in there for strike 2 on the outer half of the plate. Tablazon down 1-2. Singled to lead off the game, then walked and grounded out. A 1-for-2 night so far. 1-2 is fouled back again. Tablazon putting up a quality at bat so far. Cholet takes a long look in and now ready with the 1-2. Swing and a miss. Fastball takes care of Tablazon. Upper third in the zone, and Cholet has his 2nd strikeout.
Great focus for Cholet, because you saw the 3 pickoff moves to first. You think sometimes, okay, is he really concentrating on the batter? He is. Did a good job getting a leadoff man and bouncing back from that leadoff walk.
Josh Blunt, a rather quiet day for the Fremont center fielder. First pitch is in the dirt. Good block by Vital behind the plate to keep it in front and to keep Sweet at first. Coming into the game, Blunt was hitting .360 with 9 hits, 9 driven in, and 14 walks. He's walked once more. Make that 15 on the day. On the season, rather. But he's ahead 2-0. Great eye at the plate, and another pickoff to first is late.
I'm no math major, but that's almost 2 walks an inning. That's crazy, or 2 walks a game. That's amazing that he's been able to get that many free passes.
I believe I checked earlier in the game, and his on-base percentage was .600. Back to where it came from. Cholet has it deflect off him as well as Cabranes, and nobody can make a play. Hard hit ball and perfectly placed for an infield single. As Blunt is on with his first hit of the day. Fremont has first and second now with 1 out.
And the 5 hits today for this Fremont team, I mean, they haven't crushed the ball. That's at least the 2nd infield single. Had that little blooper for Tablazon that opened the game. He came around to score, so they're not crushing it against either Juden or Cholet.
I don't recall any Sodbuster outfielder having to take any steps back. Strike one to Henry Heyman. Heyman hitless on the day. In the third, reached on an error and was gunned down by Vital behind the plate trying to advance to second on the error as he waves and misses at that slider. Chalet, primarily a four-seam and slider guy, will mix in an occasional changeup, but that cross-body delivery, that slider just has to fall right off the table. He's ahead 0-2. And high and tight for ball one. Fremont in the midst of the fourth time through the batting order. That is foul down the right field side. Good idea, but just late is Heyman.
Cold beer is what we do. Get a Coors Light in Nebraska land or in the upper deck bar.
Harrington Long due up next. They both have singles to their ledger. We'll try and get a double play or at least something here. One out. And that one down the other foul line. So Heyman is fouled down both lines now, and got to find some common ground here. Somewhere in between. Chalet still ahead 1-2 with one out. Runner Sweet at second, Blunt at first. Pitch is at the eyes for ball two. Wind still gusting out in the outfield, but not as bad as it was at the start of the game. Lights are on here at Duncan Field with the sun setting here in Hastings, Nebraska. Chalet delivers a 2-2 and swing and a miss. The slider there looked like it was going to drop in there, but never really got to the middle part of the plate, and Heyman is struck out. Chalet's third strikeout. And now there's two away, big strikeout.
And a large at bat here for Tyler Harrington with 2 on and 2 out. You saw Fremont able to get a 2-out opportunity and score a run last inning. Sodbusters trying to put a 0 on the board here.
Yeah, last inning, Juden getting 2 quick outs and ground ball to third base, and Welsh foul ball as that is just to the left of the third base bag. Welsh grabbed it and stepped on third base before falling off, but it is a foul ball.
Unfortunate for the Hastings College product. It would have been really neat to get that semi-cheap out at third base for a pretty good hitter, and now Harrington gets another chance.
It's about as easy as they come, but it's a game of inches. That one did not go Hastings' way. So count is 0-1, and that pitch is down and away for ball one. Hastings been playing from behind most of the season. They took an early lead in opening day against Fremont, a 1-0 lead, and ultimately was not able to hold it down. So it's a game of whether they can hold on and keep the lead at 2. Down the right field line, but foul. Second Moo batter this inning trying to spray it down the right field line, and
Find us in North Hastings on Osborne Drive East.
as we know, down the lines here can run forever if you push that one fair. So Harrington will get another swing. He's down to his last strike. Chalet has a sign, long look to second. And Harrington calls time at the plate. If we were under pitch clock rules, probably a pitcher's violation there. Count remains at 1-2, 2 on. Pitch just misses off the outside edge for ball 2. Chalet making sure Sweet at second isn't going anywhere. Cabranes keeping him honest. Swing and a miss. Doesn't matter. 3 strikeouts in the inning, and Cholet pumped up. Great performance by the Sodbuster newcomer. He strikes out 3. He's striking out 4 in his inning and a third of work to put up another Fremont 0. We go to the bottom of the 6th. Sodbusters still trail by 2. They will have their order coming up after this.
Hastings Sodbusters baseball's in full swing, bringing you another fun-filled summer of high-level collegiate woodbat baseball at historic Duncan Field. A great way to spend a summer evening with your families at a Sodbusters baseball game. Go online to HastingsSodbusters.com for their home game schedule or to purchase tickets. Hastings Sodbusters baseball. It's a hit.
Got the spirit of the game. The Hastings Sodbusters.
There's nothing like relaxing on a summer day. Nothing like taking in a Hastings Sodbuster baseball game. And there's nothing like an ice-cold Pepsi to make the day perfect. Pepsi Cola of Hastings wants to make your nothing like be the best day it can be, whatever the occasion. Enjoy your favorite refreshing Pepsi product throughout the Sodbuster season and make your nothing like memories. Pepsi Cola of Hastings, a proud sponsor of Hastings Sodbuster Baseball.
Bottom of the 6th inning. New pitcher for Fremont. Gives way to Landon Mueller. Mueller on the day for Fremont. Very good outing. 5 scoreless innings with 1 hit. A few walks. Brandon Lundquist will come on to pitch for Fremont. An Omaha native. Already made 2 appearances on the season. Had a start. 5 1/3 inning pitch. 3.93 ERA, and a little wild. 3 hit by pitches and a walk. And opponents batting .333 against Lundquist, who will pitch the 6th inning on for Fremont, as Sodbusters will bring 2, 3, and 4. Cabranes, Frank, and Matson to face Lundquist.
So Sodbusters hoping to get to the bullpen, and now they just need to find a way to have some success against the bullpen. You feel like maybe Fremont doesn't have the depth, but they've gotten some dudes in here the last week since the beginning of the year and have really shown solid pitching up and down their lineup as a team ERA of 2.74 coming into today for this Fremont Moo squad.
And Brandon Lundquist for Fremont. University of Nebraska product. Redshirted this year. Did not see any playing times. Went to Millard North High School as he slings one in there for strike 1. 91.5 on the gun. Now watch out, Sodbuster hitters. Lundquist has some heat. Cabranes with an 0-1 count. Foul tip into the mitt for strike 2. That one 2/10 shy of 92. My goodness, fastest pitcher we've seen all season. Cabranes quickly down 0-2. Hitless today. And that breaking ball is upstairs for ball 1. Well, if I'm Cabranes here, I'm thinking fastball. 2 very good fastballs and not a close breaking ball there. Let's find out. Lundquist ready with his 1-2. And was another breaking ball, but still misses upstairs. So from 92 down to 75. Two quick strikes, now 2 balls, 2 and 2 to Cabranes. Fastball in there for strike 3. Caught him looking on the inner edge at 91 again. And welcome to Hastings, Mr. Lundquist.
And really good pitch selection there. I mean, he takes a couple high, trying to get Cabranes to chase, and then brings the fastball right at the inside corner.
Gage Frank, the next batter. Hitless today. Takes a strike. Frank yesterday did not record a hit either. Still looking to change that today. First pitch breaking ball, second pitch fastball, and missing glove side for ball one. Frank reached on a fielder's choice in the first. Flew out to begin the fourth. Breaking ball is upstairs. Maybe a little inside for ball two.
I don't think he's thrown the breaking ball for a strike yet, so I mean maybe you can just hit dead red, but it's still 92 miles an hour, so can you hit it?
Yep. Seen a lot of opponent pitchers sitting in the middle to upper 80s. Lundqvist has been low 90s. All of his pitches so far. Frank just finishing up his 2 years at Des Moines Area Community College. Hit over 300 for Des Moines. And he takes ball four as that pitch misses outside. There's an encouraging sign after quickly disposing of Cabranes. Frank draws the walk. And that'll put a runner on with one out.
And really good at bat for Frank, because there's some borderline pitches there that he laid off of. And now Sodbusters need to try to take advantage, trailing at 2-0 here in the sixth.
Take one, you'll take anything. Just got to get the line moving. And Matson try to do that. Pitches downstairs for ball one, another fastball. Pickoff throw, and Frank is basically on the base. He's got no problem getting back in. (1-0). And that breaking ball again misses upstairs, so Lundqvist has been consistent with missing that breaking ball upstairs and outside. Not really close for hitters to offer a swing at. Matson ahead 2-0. Runner goes. Swing and a miss. Throw down to second is just too late, and the ball's dropped by Tablazon. That would have been a bang-bang play if Tablazon had held on. But Frank is safe. Matson with strike one, but now a runner in scoring position. Gutsy play, but Frank steals the base.
Yeah, 92-mile-an-hour fastball. I mean, it's going to get there in a hurry, but Frank did a good job of getting a decent jump and sliding in.
Still ahead is Matson. Fouls that back. Now he's set at 2-2.
At Grand Tire, we are proud of our heritage and work very hard to protect our excellent reputation.
So for Frank, that's his first stolen base on the year. Able to get himself into scoring position. See if Ty Matson can do the job. Already 2 runs batted in on the year. Looking for number 3. It's wave and a miss. And the ball is dropped. I'll have to throw down to first, and that is in time for complete the strikeouts. Frank remains at second, but there's that slider low and away, but Matson chased for out number 2.
I think Matson, both of his swings were ones out of the zone. The first one he was protecting his base runner, but then went after that one, and really need to make Lundqvist throw strikes right here and see if he can find a way to get that run in from second base.
Here's Josh Printer. Lined up the middle and hangs up there for Blunt in center field. Hit it hard, but right at the center fielder, and the Sodbusters will strand another man in scoring position. We've played 6. Fremont still holds a 2-0 advantage. Final 3 innings coming up right after this.
Are you tired of lousy internet and faceless customer service? It's time to experience local, honest, hassle-free, and exceptional. That's the Allo promise. We not only provide crazy fast fiber internet, crystal clear TV, and dependable phone service, but we choose to become a part of the communities we serve and love when everyone calls or stops by our store to say Allo. So don't settle for mediocre, settle for exceptional with Allo. Visit us at allofiber.com/
Blue Fork Kitchen features elevated comfort food in a family-friendly, fast casual environment. With a full menu, you can sit down for a nice meal or order online for pickup. From salads and wraps to burgers and steaks, Blue Fork Kitchen has your kind of food. Open Tuesday through Thursday, 11 to 9 p.m., and Friday and Saturday, 11 to 10 p.m., with a special brunch buffet Sunday from 9 to 2 p.m. Blue Fork Kitchen is located in the Cimarron Plaza, 38th and Osborne Drive in Hastings. Like them on Facebook.
Top of the 7th inning, 3 innings to go for Sodbusters to come back from a 2-run deficit. Connor Chalet back on to work. He has been excellent so far. Walking a hits, but 4 strikeouts to his name, as making his second appearance. Today's Thursday. He just got into town on Tuesday and pitched the same game. I asked him how that was, getting into town and having to pitch competitively in the same game. He said it wasn't anything to it. He was ready to go. And he's been money so far. Chalet facing the middle of the Fremont order. Timon Long, the first batter. Takes ball 1. Long on the day, drove in the first Fremont run. And reached base the other 2 times, but has been stranded. Wave and a miss on the slider. So 1-1. Big hole up the middle. Oliver shaded more towards the third base side. A little bit of a shift, and there goes the bar of soap.
Whoopsie. I mean, that was 7 feet inside. Yeah. That's where your catcher tells him, I don't know where it's going to go.
It's good to see that Chalet's okay. You know, sometimes that ball slips out of the hand. Something's wrong, but he's fine. 2-1. The fastball misses on the other part for outside, and he falls behind Long. 3-1. Swinging 3-1 and popped out of play. Pitch is right there. So why not take a hack at it?
Service and parts. Work with Hastings Ford Lincoln and experience the new way. Goodbye.
So now a payoff pitch. Chalet has it full. To Timon Long, the pitch, and not close for ball 4. So back-to-back innings with the leadoff walk for Chalet. And there's another leadoff man on for the Moo. Nobody working in the Sodbuster bullpen, so
Number 28,
skipper
Peterson.
actually now talking on his walkie to the bullpen. See if somebody gets up soon, but it's Chalet's game for right now. First pitch is outside to Connor Peterson. 0 for 2, couple of strikeouts, but a walk his last appearance. Peterson, as we've mentioned, making his field debut, was a pitcher last night and picked up the 2 1/3 inning save against the Sodbusters in Fremont. Fremont only having to use 2 pitchers last night, their starter and Peterson at the plate. So 2-0. Pick off to first. No good. Got to get the guy at the plate here. Peterson has already struck out twice. Takes a strike call. On the bottom third of the zone there, perfectly placed from Chalet. Get back in it. Now 2-1. And half swing, and the umpire rings him up saying that he went. As that slider just dropped off the table, and lucky to get a swing there. That was ball 3 by plenty. Now the count even at 2-2. Wave and a miss for strike 3. Peterson has the K hat trick as he goes down for the 3rd time this evening. And a big first out after the leadoff walk.
And that's the 2nd straight inning where he's walked the leadoff man and then come right back with a strikeout. It's stunning to think that it's just 2-0. Fremont has only 5 hits, but they have been walked 9 times now. The Sodbusters have done a decent job with their 2 pitchers of working with runners on base, and hopefully they can find a way to put a 0 on the board here in the 7th.
Now 1 on for Sammy Kantakis beer batter of the game, takes strike one. Gotta believe this will be the last shot for the Duncan Field faithful to take advantage here. 0-1. That hits him right in the hip. And Kentuckus probably rubbing his wallet there.
Yeah, you want to get hit by Marcus Miller if you're an opponent. You know, Miller, his fastball in the 80s, the curveball in the 50s. Cholet brings it a little bit.
That pitch in off speed, so 75 mile per hour of baseball right in the side there. That'll leave a mark tomorrow. So now runner in scoring position, 2 on with 1 out for Tyler Hummel. And way outside, good stop by Vital to slide out there. Hasn't really mattered who's doing the catching. Sodbuster backstops have been pretty reliable. Doing their job as described. 1-0. Long at second, Kentuckus at first, and ball 2.
Yeah, catcher may be the best position for this Hastings Sodbuster team. When you think of Jones, when you think of Cabranes, and of course the guy behind the plate, Vital. There's like 5 different guys that can catch on this Sodbuster roster.
Yeah, we're gonna see a lot of guys behind the dish this season, and visit to the mound from Joel Skipper. He's gonna calm down Cholet. He's visited a couple straight balls. He's been a little wild, but fairly consistent for the most part. You look at the scorecard there, 5 strikeouts. Does have the couple of walks and the hit batter, so.
Well, defensively, you got to stay on your toes because no balls are being put in play. It's either been walk, hit batsman, or strikeouts since Cholet has come in, and so this is one of those kind of games. All of a sudden one gets hit to you, and you're not ready because no ball is being hit.
Lack of offense on both sides, most notably for the Sodbusters, but Fremont with just 5 hits on the day. They've done pretty significant damage here at Duncan Field so far. So Skipper will head back to the dugout. A little bit of movement in the Sodbuster bullpen, nobody throwing yet. Yesterday's pitchers, Braden Anderson started, Tanner Johnson going 2 innings, and Tex Cook going 1 inning, so won't see Anderson today, probably not Johnson, but Cook with just the 1 inning still could make an appearance. Hoping he'd get the night off. After the visit, strike, pickoff throw to second, and watch your fingers there. Cholet really paying a lot of attention to runners on the base paths. Trying to keep them in order. Perhaps for the double play. Bounce up there. Great stop by Vital again. Pretty easy there. Now that ball's on the turf of Duncan Field, can bounce anywhere. Vital knocks it down. So now 3-1. A walk would load the bases. And that is low for ball 4. And now indeed, bases loaded. And Cholet came on to the game in a bases loaded situation. Now he creates one of his own, as he needs 2 outs to keep the Fremont lead to 2.
And talk about self-inflicted. Walk to lead off the inning, then gets the strikeout, then hit batsman and walk, and trying to find a way. And even more painful, it's the bottom of the order doing this, and now the number 9 hitter up there with the bases loaded.
And a wave and a miss by Braden Sweet.
And I apologize. One of the fans just yells, "Throw the ball over the plate!" If only were that easy. We all can coach. If you could, that's what we're trying to do.
Paying customers will say anything at a baseball field.
Hey, it was clean. That was, and I'm sure there's frustration. So that's find a way.
This is Sodbuster crowd who's still yet to see a Sodbuster win at home, even on the road. Period. 1-1 count to Sweets, and takes strike 2. Fastball in there, the bottom of the zone. So over the plate indeed, in a perfect spot, and Sweet not able, has struck out twice already today. 1-2, popped up, short center field. Shire's coming on, runner tags and will bluff and not come home. Throw comes in and cut off by Printer at first. So Sweet gets it to the outfield, but not a productive out as the runners cannot advance. Big second out. Bases remain loaded, and Chalet and the Sodbusters are now at any time 1 pitch away from ending the inning.
Trying to do that with Tablazon coming up, and if the Sodbusters get out of this, that guy is going to be the new pitching coach. I mean, the pitching coach hasn't arrived yet, so throw the ball over the plate. It worked. Just, yell that one more time, and let's get Tablazon out of here and get to batting.
First pitch swinging, Tablazon fouls it out of play. After the mound visit, Chalet's been a little more consistent. Still needs to get that final out. Long at third, Kentuckus at second, Hummel at first. And the 0-1 to Tablazon, the batter. Swing and a miss. Fastball up there in the zone. A pitch that Tablazon has struggled to lay off of this game. Pitch he struck out on in the 6th inning was a fastball at the top of the zone 2 and was against Chalet. Let's see if he doubles down on that pitch there. 0-2, 2 outs. Chalet outside in the right-handed batter's box for ball 1. Fremont loading the bases without the benefit of a hit this inning. 2 walks and a hit batter. Chalet trying to keep it that way. 1-2. Backdoor slider called strike 3. Perfectly placed. And Tablazon is struck out for the second time. Big pitch for Connor Chalet. He strands the bases loaded and keeps the Fremont lead at 2. Another 0 hung on the board by Chalet. Sodbusters have 9 outs to go. It's stretch time here in Hastings. We'll be right back.
Make your next pit stop at the Coach's Corner. A friendly staff and a deep lineup of snacks. You can find Coach's Corner in North Hastings on Osborne Drive East. More than just a gas station, Coach's Corner is the place to get delicious pizza made fresh for you and your family. Don't take our word for it. It's so good it'll be featured at selected Sodbuster home games this season. For a convenient and clean experience, be sure to check out the new convenience store in North Hastings, Coach's Corner.
Core CPAs is your locally owned, full-service accounting firm. Our team of professionals have years of accounting experience and focus on building in-depth relationships with our clients. Our comprehensive and customized solutions are tailored to your specific needs. We pride ourselves in our commitment to integrity, objectivity, and professionalism. At Core CPAs, we provide tax services, payroll, bookkeeping, assurance and financial reporting, and much more. Visit our website at corecpas.us.
We're doing a hydration special.
Stretch time in Hastings at Duncan Field as the Sodbusters trying to come back from a 2-0 deficit against the Fremont Moo. Ryan Valenta and Steve Stein bringing you game number 8 of the Sodbuster 2023 season at Duncan Field. Thanks for spending your Thursday evening with us as we try our hardest to will the Sodbusters to their first win of 2023.
And our favorite fan of the day is the guy that says, throw the ball over the plate, because I think Chalet threw only 2 balls after that time and was able to get the line out to center and the strikeout. New pitching coach for the Hastings Sodbusters, that guy. And the Sodbusters hanging a huge 0 on the board in the top of the 7th. Now maybe that ignites the offense here, because that was a great bounce back for Chalet and the Sodbuster D to keep them in the game. Now we'll see if they can get it going with 6, 7, and 8 here.
They're facing a tough Braden Lundquist, who we saw has some velocity, sitting in the low 90s in the last part of the inning. And Vital, Oliver, and Welsh are due up for the Sodbusters.
Leading off for the Sodbusters, number 17, Zach Vital.
So here's Vital. Catcher today, just 0 for 1 and was hit his last time up. First pitch is way inside for ball 1. That one just at 88, so a couple ticks off from Lundqvist. Here's the 1-0, way up high for ball 2.
He's a redshirt at the University of Nebraska, and sources close to the university talked about the fact that he was only hitting 80s in the spring, and now over 90 here in summer ball.
Way inside for ball 3. We've learned Lundqvist recovering from Tommy John surgery, which happened last season, so getting his first action pitching this year, period. But he's missed 3 straight to Vital. Taking all the way and takes a strike.
All right, boys, prepare to be dazzled.
Time to rally if you're the Busters here. Just needed your leadoff guy on. There it is. As Vital reaches with a leadoff walk. As he's aboard with nobody out, here's Nolan Oliver.
Number 32.
And wouldn't this be a great time to get your first hit as a Sodbuster?
Or just move the chain. This is where you really want to be patient. I mean, Lundqvist has struggled with control a little bit, so don't jump on that first pitch.
Showing bunt and pulling back. Not a bad idea here.
If nothing else, that gets that in the mind of Lundqvist. Sometimes guys squares and you get in the head of the pitcher a little bit. Third baseman does come in a couple of steps, but I wouldn't be surprised to see him be selected, but maybe square again.
That's what he did last time. And takes the breaking ball for a strike. 1-1. In the 5th inning, Vital actually reached on a leadoff hit by pitch, and Oliver successfully sacrificed him to second. Pickoff throw to first. We'll see if Oliver follows suit with his last at-bat. Now checking his armband. System that Coach Skipper and the Sodbusters used, the signs with the armband. The bunt pulled back for ball 2. We'll see if Lundqvist can find the plate. Oliver's offering a free out here. That's not the easiest when you're a pitcher. You're used to those guys just standing straight up in the box, and when they squirt a bunt like that, can be confusing. Called strike on the outside part of the plate. Oliver looks back and perhaps asking if Jason Seitz would go any farther. But borderline pitch. Called a strike, 2-2. Lundqvist ready. And that's inside on the chalk for ball 3.
Big pitch coming up right here.
As much as you'd love Oliver to bunt, can't risk a foul ball with 2 strikes. Vital at first. Off speed is grounded to the left side, just foul. A couple feet beyond the foul line at third base. Hummel at third, protecting the line pretty well. Trying to not allow a ball past that line. So all 3 balls have been fastballs. All strikes have been breaking balls. We'll see what happens here. Fastball is slashed out of play towards the parking lot. Oh, there goes the windshield.
One way or the other, really good at bat going for Nolan Oliver. I mean, he fought off 2 strikes, including that last fastball, 91-mile-an-hour fastball, able to get that foul. He'll get a third opportunity here at 3-2.
So payoff pitch again. Off speed is popped out of play. A good battle by Olivers, making Lundqvist throw some strikes. Just throw some pitches. Pickoff throw, and Vital's still at first, so Nothing doing there. Oliver trying to keep the line moving. Faces a 3-2 pitch once again. Pitch, check swing, and did not go. So he takes a walk, and as tempting as it is to swing the bat there, Oliver just able to lay off the pitch. And the first two have reached here for Fremont, and that'll prompt a visit from the Fremont dugout.
An amazing at-bat there for Nolan Oliver, fouling off numerous two-strike pitches and making Brandon Lundquist throw extra balls. And yes, you'd love to have a two-run homer, you'd love to have a gapper, but if the Sodbusters come back and get their first win of the year, circle that at-bat for Nolan Oliver. Didn't try to do too much, just got on base, and now the tying runs are on there with nobody out. And maybe similar approach here for Tyler Welch. He may be up there thinking bunting, but you also have to make sure that Lundquist throws one over.
Yeah, it's... like we said, it's so tempting to be the hero, be the guy, but if you're Nolan Oliver, without your first hit of the year, does his part and keeps the line moving. So Lundquist will stay in. See a man walking down the line for Fremont, but nobody actively throwing. Tyler Welsh will bat with nobody out. 0 for 2 with a strikeout and a flyout. Welsh from Hastings College bunts it, and it's a good one. And the pitcher fields and throws to Tablazon, the second baseman covering, and Welsh is successful with the sacrifice. Runners move up to second and third, and now you turn it over to Lane Shires with the tying run in scoring position.
Tyler Welch does his job, able to get one down, and meanwhile Fremont playing perfect on their bunt defense with Tablazon, the second baseman, covering. Now Lane Shires, again, don't do too much. See what you can get done here at the 9th spot in the batting order.
Shires popped out to first base and walked. His last action in the 5th inning. So Lundquist in a bit of a jam. First real big opportunity for Hastings. Ball 2 is in the left-handed batter's box. If you're Shires here, you have to be very, very selective. Unless it is something right there. Throw on the take sign, turn it over to the top of the order. 2-0, runners at second and third. There's a fastball in there at the bottom part of the zone for strike one. Not a bad take, but strike one. Shires awaits the 2-1. Breaking ball is right there for strike two. If you're throwing as hard as Lundquist do, that it's only 75. Looks like it's coming at your eyes and drops right in there at the thighs for a strike. 2 quick strikes for Lundquist. He delivers a 2-2 and got him swinging. Vital down on 3 consecutive pitches. Got ahead in the count 2-0, but ultimately not able to advance the runners. And now it'll be up to Grant Jones if the Sodbusters are to break the score.
Good job for Lundquist right there, as Lane Shires just could not find the measure of that. And now Sodbusters trying to get a 2-out hit here and get this game tied.
Jones takes strike one. Borderline pitch on the outer part of the plates and gets the call. Just shy of 90 miles an hour there. This inning, Lundquist mainly sitting in the high 80s. Ground ball to the right side, and a bad hop, bobbles, and able to tag Grant Jones as the first baseman, Harrington. That ball took a hop right in and out of the glove of Harrington, but he recovers nicely and puts the tag on Jones for the 3rd out. The Sodbusters leave 2 on base in scoring position. Still scoreless here. Fremont holds a 2-0 lead. 2 innings left here in Hastings.
Let's face it, we move our bodies around a lot. And sometimes things happen. A tweak, twist, pull, strain, ache, or pain. At Fisk Chiropractic and Sports Care, their goal is to restore your mobility, keep you moving, and ensure your rehabilitation is effective, efficient, and stress-free. Do you suffer from headaches and neck pain? Lower back or sciatica? Call Fisk Chiropractic and Sports Care today. Start to discover wellness through chiropractic care. FiskChiropracticSportsClinic.com. Start feeling better now.
Hastings College has reimagined everything. As a sophomore, you'll spend part of a semester studying abroad, and they'll cover the cost. Recognizing it's a digital world and how you learn, they'll give you an iPad Pro and Apple Pencil, tools that'll help you engage, whether you're on campus or in Paris, plus internship opportunities and professors who mentor you. Hastings even provides books. At Hastings College, you'll go somewhere. Go to hastings.edu/discover for more.
Top of the 8th inning, Fremont up 2-0, and Sodbusters trying to hang another 0 to keep this game close.
A new pitcher, Jacob Shaw, is coming in. No record this year. He has been really good, making his 4th appearance in 2 2/3 inning. He's allowed 1 run on no hits. He has... Oh, it's not Jacob Shaw. He was warming up earlier, but it is not Shaw, so the Sodbusters will go to the pen, but it's Adam DeBoer. We saw Shaw warming up, but Adam DeBoer will come in. He is 0-0 this year, a 12.0 ERA, making his 3rd appearance in 4 innings. He's allowed 6 runs, 5 of those earned, 8 hits, 7 strikeouts. He's also walked 1 as he will take the hill, trying to keep it a 2-0 game, and it may be a 1-inning situation for Shaw that may be readying him for the 9th, particularly if the Sodbusters can rally in the 8th and maybe get a save situation if Hastings can come back. So DeBoer's job is simple, Ryan, just put a 0 on the board.
Well, and Steve, first off, I got to side with you. I thought it was Shaw too. They look pretty similar, pretty darn similar. The curly mess in the back, business in the front, party in the back, as the kids like to say. Oh my gosh, where am I going with this? Anyway, Adam DeBoer coming on. He's
I got nothing, man. I don't know what the kids say.
Yeah, Adam DeBoer making his 3rd inning or 3rd appearance and allowed 5 runs. So a little bit curious to see if Skipper can, or hopefully he's picked the right guy. DeBoer, not the most solid guy the past 2, but there's always a time for the first one here.
So you're a young guy. I'm an old guy, so I would say something like he's a strapping young man as he gets set to take the hill on this first day of June for Sodbuster Baseball.
That sounds like you, Steve.
Yes. Old-time radio man here as we go to the 8th inning in the Fremont Moo. Making that trip from eastern Nebraska. All right, 2-0 Fremont coming to bat as they will go 2-3-4, and we'll see what DeBoer can get done here for the Hastings Sodbusters. Hastings has given up a ton of free passes today, but they've done a good job of working around situations for the most part. You think of all the free passes they've offered today, but only 2 runs on the board for Fremont, but Hastings with just 1 hit on the day, and 1 ball and 1 strike. The count on the batter for the Fremont Moo. This is Josh Blunt. Blunt has an amazing eye as he has walked an astounding number of times early in the year with an on-base percentage of well over 600, and he does take a strike here, 1 ball and 2 strikes. He's walked 1 time. He's had an infield single, 1 for 3 for Josh Blunt, batting in the 2 spot in the batting order for the Fremont Moo. Bounces this one back up the middle, and that's fielded cleanly. Cabranes throws to first. Love him no matter where he plays. He is just so smooth. A really good shortstop. He plays behind the plate and gets his first game at second base today, and he throws out Josh Blunt. That'll bring Henry Heyman to the plate.
Yeah, really good play by Cabranes with that turf. It's taken some funnier hops, and we've seen some hops go over the infielder's head, but Cabranes, with his short stature, able to keep in front of him.
Pitch swung on and missed for Henry Heyman at 1 in the dirt. Good job there for DeBoer to really fool Henry Heyman. Heyman, a relative newcomer to this Fremont program, has just been on the roster since this series has began. That pitch is just a little bit outside. 1 ball and 1 strike on Heyman, who drew a walk his first time up, reached on an error, but raced in a hurry, since is grounded out and struck out. 1-1 delivery. Bouncing ball left side. Third baseman's got it. The set, the throw, that is there for the second out. Good job, Tyler Welch. 2 up, 2 down. And good job, Adam DeBoer, coming in and getting 2 quick outs for this Hastings Sodbuster squad, trying to get the offense back up there. And Hastings will have its 2, 3, and 4 men coming to the plate in the 8th inning. As Tyler Harrington tries to keep it going. He scored 1 of the 2 runs, an infield single, stolen base back in the 5th, and would come around to score. Pitch is taken outside for a ball, 1 ball and no strikes. Overall 1 for 4 for Tyler Harrington, another of the guys who just recently joined the team. Had a multi-hit game yesterday, double RBI and a run scored. And big swing, no contact, 1-1. Adam DeBoer coming out of the pen today for the Hastings Sodbusters, the Southeast Community College Storm player. They went 45-18 in the spring and hosted a National Junior College Athletic Association, I think they call it district. I always want to say regional, but JUCO, I think they're districts. 2-1 delivery on the way. Hard hit ball back up the middle, no chance for the Hastings center fielder as Lane Shires has to play it on a couple of hops, and it's a 2-out single for Tyler Harrington with Fremont on top by a score of 2-0.
Good hit by Harrington, and even better decision by Shires there. You know, you can possibly dive at that, make a great play for the 3rd out, but then if you miss it, you allow Harrington to get to second, maybe third, when you're already down 2 runs. So good decision by Shires to keep that one in front on a hop.
At Duncan Field, likely third, because that baby's going to roll all the way out to the 408 sign. Here is Timon Long. Long has been Mr. RBI the last couple of days. Had her sacrifice fly to bring home a run back in the first 4 RBIs yesterday, and he has a hit and has not been retired other than that sacrifice fly, which doesn't count as an at-bat, so officially 1 for 1 with 2 walks, and the count 1-1 on Timon Long for the Fremont Moo out of Sioux Falls, South Dakota, playing his college ball at Southern Nevada. The Coyotes, a 2-year school. Bouncing ball, left side. Third baseman Welsh has got it, throws to first, and a good job there for Adam DeBoer to hang a 0. No runs, 1 hit, 1 man left, and we head to the bottom of the 8th. It's Fremont 2, Hastings nothing, and this is Sodbuster Baseball. Sodbuster Baseball is sponsored by Jerry Spady Chevrolet GMC. It's one of the many ways Jerry and Greg Spady, along with their families and employees, have proudly embraced a passion for giving back to the community. The folks at Jerry Spady Chevrolet GMC realize the importance of enriching and improving the lives of their neighbors. They've accomplished this through philanthropy and active personal involvement. Featuring the top new and used inventory in the region and a certified service department, Jerry Spady Chevrolet GMC, 2750 Osborne Drive East in Hastings, or at spady.com.
Hi, I'm a baseball umpire. My job can get pretty stressful. I have to keep my eyes open at all times, and if I don't make the right call, people boo me. So to relax, I visit a Nebraska lottery retailer like this one and buy some scratch tickets. It always calms me down. Hey, you cut in line.
I did not.
All right, you're out of here.
Hey, he didn't cut.
All right, you're out of here. I feel better already.
The Nebraska Lottery. Top prize odds vary by game.
We bring you Sodbuster Baseball, and there's a new Fremont pitcher, their 3rd of the day, as we will see Caden Van Hill in, 6'3", 210-pounder out of Omaha West Side. He played his college ball at Iowa Western. In the spring, a 3.86 ERA and 23 innings pitched. Here in the summer, well, a very short playlist, if you will, but he is 0-0 with a 14.0 earned run average, made 1 appearance, 2 innings. He allowed 8 runs, 4 of them earned, 6 hits, 3 strikeouts, and 2 walks. That coming out in Casper, where they play at a little bit of altitude, so it's tough to keep the ball in the park. And hopefully that 14.0 ERA will just keep on rolling. The Sodbusters can put up a crooked number here and have a chance to take the lead going into the bottom of the 9th, but not optimistic in terms of the history so far today. Sodbusters with just 1 hit. They've had their opportunities, most notably in the 7th when they had 1st and 2nd, nobody out, 2nd and 3rd, and 1 out, and they could not score. And now it's going to be up to 2, 3, and 4 here in the 8th inning with Cabranes, Frank, and Matson. Really good job for Adam DeBoer. And say, against a Fremont team, you allow only 2 runs through 8 innings. You feel like you've got a great chance to win, but just 0 offense today against Mueller, Lundquist, and the 3rd pitcher of the day. Mueller going the first 5, Lundquist the next 2, and now Van Hill in there for the Fremont Moo. As the right-handed hitting Marcos Cabranes stands at the plate for the Sodbusters. First pitch is bounced to the left side. No balls and 1 strike to the Puerto Rican Marcos Cabranes. No balls and 1 strike on Marcos. Guy who hit .224 in the spring for the Arkansas Tech Wonder Boys. Does the catching and plays the middle infield spots for this Hastings Sodbuster squad. No balls and 1 strike. And last time he was here in Hastings, 4 for 5, 2 runs scored, on Tuesday. Wrapping up the 3-game series with the Fremont Moo. The Casper Spuds coming in for a 3-game set beginning tomorrow, coming out to Duncan Field. Good chance to see baseball for the weekend. Pitch is just missing. 1 ball and 1 strike on Cabranes. Bottom of the 8th inning, getting late. Sodbusters trail it by a score of 2-0, 2-0. And Moo with 6 hits. The Sodbusters got their leadoff single in the first. Who'd have thought that would be the only safety of the game to this point for the Hastings Sodbusters?
And Cabranes is hitless in his last 7 plate appearances. He's due.
2-1 the count on Marcos. Bouncing ball hit hard, but right at the third baseman. Fields it cleanly, throw to first, low throw, dug out nicely. Good job at both ends. Hummel with the fielding job there, threw it low. Tyler Harrington with a good scoop. There's 1 out here in the 8th inning for Gage Frank.
Depending on the hitter, that can be a base hit, but Hummel perfectly placed, kind of more towards that line. Something that the fielders have to do here at Duncan Field, and good play, like you said, on both ends.
Gage Frank walked and stole a base his last time up, officially 0 for 2 on the day, and swings at ball 1 here as he looks skyward, knowing that he probably should have taken that one. No balls and a strike on Gage Frank for the Hastings Sodbusters.
Definitely not expecting that first pitch curveball right there.
Tall right-hander. Caden Van Hill now on the hill, third pitcher of the day, and that curveball stays off the inside part of the plate. 1 ball and 1 strike on Gage Frank. Out of Des Moines Area Community College, 41 RBIs in the spring. Solid for that young man who's looking for 4-year options by having a good summer here. Count goes to 2 balls and a strike on Frank. Everyone would love that Division I chance, but tell you what, go where you can play. See what offers come in, and hopefully he'll be able to find a college with his summer ball here. Pitch is fouled away, 2 balls and 2 strikes. And I know Scott Galusha in particular does the job making the calls, trying to find spots for these kids. That's one of the things you don't think about, but he tries to find places, and I'm sure that head coach Joel Skipper will as well, as they try to get guys their next college ball opportunity. 2-2 pitch on the way. Taken high, now 3-2. Sodbusters just need a base runner here to bring the tying run to the plate here in inning number 8. And if you could just get 1 here, totally changes your approach heading into the 9th. 3-2 with 1 out. The pitch. Curveball, foul ball down the third base line. Really tied Frank up inside. Remains 3-2 on Gage. Didn't want to let it go by for strike 3. Good job of spoiling at that one and giving himself another chance.
I was about to say, that's too close to take right there. It might be a ball, but never leave it up to the umpire and spoil that pitch and get a better one to hit right here.
3-2 offering. Inside, off the backside. Boy, you hate to be hit by a pitch on ball 4, but that's what happens here for Gage Frank. One way or the other, he is aboard. And the Sodbusters try to take advantage of that with Matson, Printer, and Vital hopefully coming up. 2-0. 2 runs, 6 hits for Fremont. No runs, 1 hit, 1 error for the Sodbusters. Been a really good defensive game. The only error did not come into play at all in this contest. First pitch. Misses for ball 1. 1 ball and no strikes on Ty Matson. Matson 0 for 3 on the day. A fielder's choice grounder back in the first. Matson actually 0 for 2. He walked and was erased on a fielder's choice. He also struck out. Here's the pitch. Loops this one to right field. Could be trouble. That'll fall for a hit. Runners will be at first and second. 1 out. Maybe that's a hit that can turn things around for this Sodbuster squad. So many hard hit balls that are turning into outs. A blooper of bloops, and the Sodbusters have first and second and only 1 man out.
It's been a theme all game, just soft contact, and just depending on where they go, that one perfectly placed and just right in front of the right fielder there. And first hit since the first batter, so that's kind of a sigh of relief for this offense. You know that's got to be running through their minds as you're just thinking, well, what do we got to do? We haven't had a hit since this first inning. You know, some are better than blocking it out, but that's got to be a weight taken off their shoulders there.
First and second, 1 out. Now take advantage of it right here. Printer comes to the plate for the Hastings Sodbusters, takes a curveball on the inside corner for strike 1. No balls, 1 strike on Josh Printer. Printer popped up his first time up. He also grounded into a double play and lined to center field on a solidly struck ball back in the 6th. A look back to second for the right-hander, and the pitch is popped up. Foul territory, a long run for the first baseman of the catcher. Making the call and making the catch will be Tyler Harrington. That's a large second out, as Printer could not move the base runners at all. It'll be up to Zach Vitale if the Sodbusters are going to continue this inning. 2-0. Fremont on top. Bottom of the 8th, Sodbusters down to their final 4 outs. As Vitale has reached his last 2 times, hit by a pitch and walked. He's 0 for 1 on the day, the Sodbuster catcher. Here's the pitch. Line drive, right field. Caught. It looked like Braden Sweet maybe had lost it for a moment, stuck the glove out, it went right in, and that's the way it's been going for the Hastings Sodbusters. No runs, 1 hit, 2 men left, and we head to the 9th. It's still Fremont 2, Hastings nothing, and this is Sodbuster Baseball.
Hastings Sodbusters Baseball's in full swing, bringing you another fun-filled summer of high-level collegiate woodbat baseball at historic Duncan Field. A great way to spend a summer evening with your families at a Sodbusters baseball game. Go online to HastingsSodbusters.com for their home game schedule or to purchase tickets. Hastings Sodbusters Baseball. It's a hit.
Got the spirit of the game. The Hastings Sodbusters.
There's nothing like relaxing on a summer day. Nothing like taking in a Hastings Sodbuster baseball game. And there's nothing like an ice-cold Pepsi to make the day perfect. Pepsi Cola of Hastings wants to make your nothing like be the best day it can be, whatever the occasion. Enjoy your favorite refreshing Pepsi product throughout the Sodbuster season and make your nothing like memories. Pepsi Cola of Hastings, a proud sponsor of Hastings Sodbuster Baseball.
Head of the 9th inning, Adam DeBoer out there trying to put up another 0 and keep it a 2-0 game. Very well-pitched contest for these teams today. I mean, it's weird to think. I mean, Fred Juden battles his way through 7 walks, nearly completed the 5th. He is responsible for both of the runs today. You had Cholet, Connor come in and work 2 and a third innings. No runs, 1 hit. He walked 3 but struck out 6. And then DeBoer allowing only a hit in his first inning.
Yeah, if you do the math here, 10 Sodbuster walks going along with 6 Fremont hits and a couple of hit by pitches, having 18 men on base and only scoring 2 of them. That means you only have 2 hits on offense, but for your pitching staff, I think you got to chalk that up to just a small win there.
Yep. It's going to be a little consolation because I know they want to get wins, but this one not over yet. Sodbusters, important for DeBoer to hang another 0, as he'll be working to 6, 7, and 8 here with Connor Peterson. Trying to start things off. Peterson, 3 strikeouts and a walk to his credit. As the pitch taken high for a ball, 1 ball and no strikes. Really good job for DeBoer, who has had his ups and downs for Hastings early in the year, but worked around that 2-out single last inning as he prompted 3 ground ball outs, 2 to the third baseman, 1 to the second baseman. 2-0 delivery here, and that's across for strike 2 and 1 the count on Connor Peterson. Sodbusters home this weekend as well. After this home matchup with Fremont, the Casper Spuds provide the opposition. Big swing, no contact. And 2-2, and Connor Peterson in danger of striking out for the 4th time today, and you hate to see that for anybody. But the Sodbusters will take it out anyway. 2-2 pitch. Now, I didn't mean he had to single. He could have just grounded it at somebody, but there's a solid shot right back up the middle for Connor Peterson. Leadoff man aboard, and we'll see how Fremont plays it with their 7 and 8 hitters coming up. Are they going to play small ball and bunt here?
Yeah, it was a good line drive there from Peterson. Gotten him out on that slider low and away, which is what DeBoer threw, that slider, but just left it over the plate and right in the wheelhouse there to send it right back up the middle.
So Sammy Kentakis up now. He had a bases-loaded walk. There will be a pinch runner coming into the game for Peterson, as we'll see number 13. That's Ben Swales, and we know all about his base-stealing prowess. 7 stolen bases already this year for Ben Swales, so he could be off and running regardless. of whether the Sodbusters see a bunt attempt from Kentuckus. They may not even mess with the bunt and see if Swales tries to take second of his own accord.
I mean, if you're Swales, it's definitely in your mind, definitely in the coach's mind, but you got to think back to the third inning with that cannon from Vital. So, could go either way here.
Good lead for Swales. Does not go. They tried to get the bunt down, and the pitch sails high. Runner goes into scoring position. Wasn't it not a foul ball?
That's what I thought.
Umpires are going to get together right here. They say he went around, but didn't he foul it? No, apparently it just bounced off the catcher's mitt. Vital, and that's huge because a runner's in scoring position without having to give himself up. Now he could still be bunting right here, although Swales is amazing at stealing third base, so yeah, the wheels are turning here in the ninth. It's a 2-0 lead for Fremont, and they want more. He is bunting and bunts it foul, so 2 strikes. DeBoer would love to find a way to get himself a strikeout right here. So they're trying to get Swales to third with only 1 out.
Yeah, it's a big second strike there. Don't like the call your way at the first time, but you missed the bunt the second time. You got to be swinging now, and Kentuckus definitely a strikeout candidate here.
0-2 the count on Kentuckus, who tries to find a way. See if he is swinging away now. First baseman inside the bag. That's Printer over at first. Here's the pitch. Didn't mean to go, but he went around. That's a large strikeout for Adam DeBoer, so he gets a 3-pitch K to Kentuckus. Now Swales is in scoring position, but there's 1 man out.
High heat there from DeBoer. Great pitch. If you get the swing, miss, great. If not, no harm done. And Kentuckus a little too eager to drive home that run. Chased the ball there.
Hummel 1 for 2, an infield single, a couple of walks, and a strikeout. The pitch to Hummel, no balls and 1 strike on that swing. And you got to believe that we thought that ball was fouled away, but Sodbusters made no complaints, so I think it must have just bounced off of the catcher's mitt, not off the bat. Here's the pitch, and it misses for ball 1, 1 ball and 1 strike. Because you got to believe Vital probably would have been screaming about that, or at least had a question for the home plate umpire, and that Coach Joel Skipper might have come out and made a question. There was none of that, so 1-1 delivery is outside for ball 2, 2 balls and a strike, so we will take the word of home plate umpire Jason Seitz here today. 2-0 the score, Fremont on top. Runner in scoring position with 1 man out top of the ninth, looking for a big insurance run are the Moo. Adam DeBoer did a nice job coming out of the pen. 2-1 delivery, bouncing ball back up the middle. That's fielded by Cabranes. He'll look to third, but not throw that way and make the proper play, throwing out Hummel. Advancing is Ben Swales. He's over at third, but there's 2 outs now with Braden Sweet coming to the plate. 2-0.
It's only a matter of time before Swales is going to get to third, but this is where you want him with 2 outs. So, see, plenty of sac flies scored. Get the fly ball in the outfield to score, but now you can do anything just with the second out.
And squaring to bunt and taking ball 1 is Braden Sweet. One thing you are concerned about is don't want to put one in the dirt. Vital really going to have to be a wall back there and not allow anything by. 1-0 pitch on the way. Fouled away, 1 ball and 1 strike on Sweet. Sweet with a couple of strikeouts against him. He also has lined out to center field and walked. He's 0 for 3 on the day. Top of the ninth, Fremont looking for insurance. It's 2-0 Moo. Wrapping up this 3-game series in Hastings. Sodbusters will be home to Casper tomorrow. Here's the 1-1 delivery. Taken high. 2 balls and a strike on Braden Sweet. Awahe playing at Badlands, Nebraska at Casper. The other games today, Spearfish has tonight off. 2-1 delivery. On the outside corner at the knees. Sweet did not like that call as he turns and walks away. And the count will go to 2-2 on Braden Sweet.
Backdoor breaking ball. Home plate umpires called that pretty consistently, so.
DeBoer shakes off a sign. Now he's ready. High for ball 3, 3 balls and 2 strikes. DeBoer can bring it a little bit. He's got some decent velocity. The right-hander out of Southeast Community College, Adam DeBoer. His hometown is Beatrice. 3-2 pitch. Called strike 3. And again, Sweet is disappointed. He'll head to the dugout. Meanwhile, the Sodbuster offense trying to find a way. They need 2 to tie, 3 to win. Head to the bottom of the ninth. It's 2-0 Fremont. This is Sodbuster Baseball.
Are you tired of lousy internet and faceless customer service? It's time to experience local, honest, hassle-free, and exceptional. That's the ALLO promise. We not only provide crazy fast fiber internet, crystal clear TV, and dependable phone service, but we choose to become a part of the communities we serve and love when everyone calls or stops by our store to say ALLO. So don't settle for mediocre, settle for exceptional with ALLO. Visit us at allofiber.com/local.
Blue Fork Kitchen features elevated comfort food in a family-friendly, fast casual environment. With a full menu, you can sit down for a nice meal or order online for pickup. From salads and wraps to burgers and steaks, Blue Fork Kitchen has your kind of food. Open Tuesday through Thursday, 11 to 9 p.m., and Friday and Saturday, 11 to 10 p.m., with a special brunch buffet Sunday from 9 to 2 p.m. Blue Fork Kitchen is located in the Cimarron Plaza, 38th and Osborne Drive in Hastings. Like them on Facebook.
It's Sodbuster Baseball as we head to the bottom of the ninth. Last chance for Hastings. Just 2 hits on the day. They've been out hit 7-2. As Fremont, they ended up stranding their 16th runner of the day. They have 2 runs on the 7 hits. They've not committed an error. Hastings had only 1 really well-played game in that respect. It looks like the Sodbusters are going to have a pinch hitter here in the 9th inning. So we will get our first look at Nick Jones. Nick Jones has been one of the top hitters for the Sodbusters over the last couple of years. He's 304 on the season, had a double and a run scored yesterday in the loss to Fremont. First pitch swinging, hard hit ball, but right at the first baseman. Tyler Harrington plays it well. 1 pitch, 1 out. You can't ask for much more. One of the hardest hit balls of the day off the bat of Nick Jones, but it turns into an out.
Yeah, can make the argument of, take a pitch. If you're fresh off the bench, see a pitch or two, but if you're going to get a pitch like that just right in your wheelhouse, why not swing at the first pitch? Nothing wrong with swinging at the first pitch there.
Now Tyler Welch at the plate. That's a large first out for Fremont. Here's a bouncing ball back up the middle. 2 pitches and 2 outs as the shortstop will throw out Welch, and that's disappointing as Connor Peterson. Actually, it's Ben Swales now playing the shortstop spot. He came in to the ball game as a pinch runner, and he gets the put out there of Welch. So 2 pitches, 2 outs, and now the Sodbusters are going to go to the bench once again as we will see Rusty Wortman bat for Shires. So Sodbusters trying to find the right combo, looking for some offense today. Really good pitching. I mean, in this league, you give up 2 runs in 9 innings, you feel like you have a great chance to win, but Sodbusters down to their final out and trailing it 2-0 is on the verge of 0-8 at this point. Meanwhile, Fremont on the verge of going to 7-2 with a perfect 6-0 mark against the Sodbusters. Pitch a little bit low for ball 1. 1 ball and no strikes as Rusty Wortman getting his chance. 2 for 11 in the spring so far. His last outing was against the Nebraska Prospects. He went 1 for 4 and knocked in a run on Monday. Pitch is missing, 2 balls and no strikes on Wortman. Just need a base runner. Turn the order over and see what you can get done here in the 9th inning. 2-0 delivery on the way. Went after perhaps ball 3. It was on the outside part of the plate or perhaps just off the plate, one way or the other. He liked it well enough to give it a swing, and it's 2-1 on Rusty Wortman, the Northeast Community College Hawk. Guy who played his high school ball in Gretna. And here's a high fly ball, left field, playable for Henry Heyman, and that's caught. Sodbusters go quietly here in the 9th, and another loss for Hastings today here on this Thursday. Very well pitched game. If you like good competitive pitching, crisply played defensively, you like tonight's game. You just don't like the fact that it goes against your guys in the yellow and green. Sodbusters fall by a count of 2-0. And we will talk about it right after this time out. It's Sodbuster Baseball. Make your next pit stop at the Coach's Corner. A friendly staff and a deep lineup of snacks. You can find Coach's Corner in North Hastings on Osborne Drive East. More than just a gas station, Coach's Corner is the place to get delicious pizza made fresh for you and your family. Don't take our word for it. It's so good it'll be featured at selected Sodbuster home games this season. For a convenient and clean experience, be sure to check out the new convenience store in North Hastings, Coach's Corner.
Core CPAs is your locally owned, full-service accounting firm. Our team of professionals have years of accounting experience and focus on building in-depth relationships with our clients. Our comprehensive and customized solutions are tailored to your specific needs. We pride ourselves in our commitment to integrity, objectivity, and professionalism. At Core CPAs, we provide tax services, payroll, bookkeeping, assurance and financial reporting, and much more. Visit our website at corecpas.us.
Let's face it, we move our bodies around a lot. And sometimes things happen, a tweak, twist, pull, strain, ache, or pain. At Fisk Chiropractic and Sports Care, their goal is to restore your mobility, keep you moving, and ensure your rehabilitation is effective, efficient, and stress-free. Do you suffer from headaches and neck pain, lower back or sciatica? Call Fisk Chiropractic and Sports Care today. Start to discover wellness through chiropractic care. FiskChiropracticSportsClinic.com. Start feeling better now.
Hastings College has reimagined everything. As a sophomore, you'll spend part of a semester studying abroad, and they'll cover the cost. Recognizing it's a digital world and how you learn, they'll give you an iPad Pro and Apple Pencil, tools that'll help you engage, whether you're on campus or in Paris, plus internship opportunities and professors who mentor you. Hastings even provides books. At Hastings College, you'll go somewhere. Go to hastings.edu/discover for more.
Hastings Sodbusters come up short today, 2-0 the final. Hastings slipping to 0-8 on the year. Fremont goes to 7-2 as the Sodbusters end up losing this one. A very well pitched and defended game, but Hastings cannot get the victory here today on the home field. For Fremont, they get 2 runs on 7 hits, did not commit an error. They strand an amazing 16 in the game. Hastings, meanwhile, they end up with no runs on just 2 hits, and they strand 9 in the contest. And a lot of frustration today in terms of offensively, Ryan Valenta, but I guess the encouraging thing is the defense and the pitching today.
Yeah, at the plate, just 2 hits, a leadoff single to start the game. We thought, oh, this is going to be it. They've got some offense going, but unfortunately, that was the last hit that the Sodbusters would have until the 8th inning from Ty Matson 1-out single. So bats just have to get going. Saw some decent pitching today. The runners got on in between that first and second hit. The Sodbusters got 8 men on, and they ended up stranding them. So just getting them around to score, playing that small ball like we've talked about so much. Duncan Fields, known for the death of the fly ball, which is what we saw today too. So yeah, but very encouraging to see that the pitching staff was able to just allow the 2 runs after all those runners on today. Yeah, despite the fact that Sodbusters pitchers walked 10, Fred Juden started things, goes 4 2/3, allowed 2 run on 4 hits. He walked 7 and struck out 5, and we thought he was going to make it through the 5th. He had 2 up, 2 down in the 5th inning. And Fremont, after they scored a run in the first, had all kinds of opportunities. They were 2 up, 2 down in the 5th, but then got an infield single, a single, and back-to-back walks to end the day for Juden. So he goes 4 2/3 innings and had an up-and-down day, but a 0 on the board for Connor Cholet as he goes 2 1/3 innings, allows no runs on 1 hit, struck out 6, and walked 3. Very few balls put in play for Cholet. I mean, you love the fact that he gets the strikeouts. They couldn't hit him. He just could struggle with control a little bit, but you'll take a 0 right in that area. Yeah, and that's a guy who, this is his 3rd day in Hastings. He literally got here Tuesday, suited up Tuesday night, and was able to pitch that scoreless outing and another scoreless outing today, and really kept the Sodbusters in the game. And DeBoer as well, got in some trouble there in the last inning, but was able to keep the 0 on there, just not able to do it on the offense. And what we've talked about, the guys have been hot. Frank, Cabranes, Matson have been hot, but just couldn't get them going tonight. And like we said, we just need to see someone else than Fremont here. Yep. And you mentioned DeBoer. He goes 2 innings, no runs on 2 hits, but threw it around the zone. And really good news for him, didn't walk anybody. I mean, and that has been such an Achilles for this Hastings squad throughout the course of the year. And no walks for Adam DeBoer, which was really encouraging. And as far as the offense or lack thereof, Grant Jones goes 1 for 3. You saw Ty Matson go 1 for 3 on the day. And that was it. The only 2 hits of the contest as the Sodbusters fall by a score of 2-0, as we appreciate the head coach coming up today. The Sodbusters come up on the short end as Joel Skipper has joined us now. Joel, the initial impression of the way the squad played today.
Hey, we're going to have a happy interview one of these times? I sure hope so. I think it was just kind of that red zone execution. I think we had chances. You got to score to win, obviously. 2 hits isn't going to get it done. I think on the positive side, the defense was better. Fred, I thought, made some great adjustments on the mound. We had just some great relief behind them to just keep the game intact. So just, yeah, if we scratch a run, had that second and third with 1 out, thought that was a huge opportunity to ignite us, and just didn't get the job done. I think guys are pressing a little bit, trying a little bit hard, so just got to refocus and just relax and play the game.
Joel, it kind of seemed like it was going to be the same start for Fred. Loaded the bases, only got out of there with the 1 run and had some command issues in the second, but he was able to end up pitching for the rest of the 4 and the 2/3 inning, just allowing those 2 runs. But kind of looked like he was going to fall apart again, but he kept his composure.
Yeah, talk about just a comeback performance from him. Bases loaded, nobody out to start the game. Great damage control there, just allowing that 1 run. And then, I thought he just got a little bit better every inning. Still a little bit with command, but was way better today. Arm was on time, pounding the zone. And when he's around the zone, it's just tough because, that 6'7" body coming at you, the ball's right on you. So we just need him to be around the zone, and I thought he did a great job after that first performance, kind of coming back and doing some great things tonight.
And Connor Chalet gets in town 2 days ago, made a good relief appearance. I mean, he struggled with control, but pretty much unhittable. A lot of strikeouts, a lot of walks. Got to be hard to play defense behind him when no balls are getting put in play, but did a good job of battling out of trouble and putting zeros on the board.
The sidearm slinger, man, he's awesome. So, he kind of runs it up there with the velo too, and just kind of coming from that arm slot, it's just really, really hard to pick up, and that thing's moving arm side, so it really keeps hitters off balance, and then he can flip that slider in too. So, did just a tremendous job for us. And then Adam DeBoer coming in just to keep it close those last 2 innings as well. So, got to get the sticks hot for this weekend.
8 games, 6 against Fremont. Got Casper this weekend, a different opponent than Fremont this weekend.
Yeah, definitely be better to see a new opponent this weekend. Obviously played these guys a lot right out of the gate. So we're looking forward to being at home this weekend and hopefully get a couple wins here.
Joel Skipper, head coach for the Hastings Sodbusters. Hastings falls by a score of 2-0. We will take one more break and wrap it up. This is Sodbuster Baseball.
Let's face it.
It is Sodbuster Baseball as we wrap up our broadcast today. The Sodbusters come up just short, 2-0 the final at Steve Stein and Ryan Valente.
Yeah, it was encouraging to see the defense just bear down. This game could have gotten way out of hand, as Coach Skipper just mentioned. Bases loaded in the first and only get out of there with the 1 run and just the 1 other run too. First time actually this season that the Sodbusters have allowed less than 5 runs, 5 or more runs in each of the 7 games. And how about stranding Fremont for 16 left on base? So they really gave the offense a chance, but just only 2 hits, and just the offense will need to wake up this weekend.
Well, hopefully, and maybe a new opponent will provide a little magic as the Casper Spuds will be in town. 3-game series. You're invited to come on out, 6:35 each night, as the Sodbusters and Spuds will be squaring off Friday, Saturday, and Sunday. Big thank you to Noah Pegel, for Connor Christensen, Brian Valente. This is Steve Stein. Final score once again, Sodbusters come up short by a score of 2-0.